Jerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul Dragon Cougar's no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go.
The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by Stifel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms. Rooted in St. Louis, where success meets success. Welcome into the Cam and Strick podcast, episode number 387, presented by Stifel, baby.
Yoink! Yeah, Window World Studios, let's go. God dang. Some bitch.
How was your week?
I fucking dominated this morning with the boys. The boys. Big game coming up this Friday with the puck cancer.
You would think it's that.
All the guys.
You would think it's a big
I fucking dominate these god dang tourneys, baby. That's what I do. You raise money. You're going to raise money. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put a show on for the fans.
I like that.
You got to put a show on for the fans.
It's not a tournament, though.
It's a game, but they're raising money. And people are paying money to raise money for excitement in cancer research. So therefore, if you're going to pay the money, Andy, and I'm out there playing, I'm going to put on a show. That's all. No big deal. Are you playing?
I don't know if I can, if I'm available yet.
The Chaser's probably bugging you. Right? Is Chaser calling you off the hook?
He is.
Andy, I need you in there.
But I will be there to entertain and to, shake hands and do all that and take pictures. And
did you get tickets? Did you have to pay for tickets?
Every year it's like, God, I got to go to this thing tonight. And then it feels like it's a lot. And then you get there, it's a great time.
Oh, God, yeah.
Great time.
I love these things, man.
Yeah, I know you
I want to
do
do more. You know, when Andy and I used to go down to Nashville every year. Well, I invited Andy to last year because I'm a good guy. And we would have a big tournament down there when Chaser puts on those events in Nashville, which is, you get all these NHL guys down there. We're partying for 3 days straight. It's probably the best time you could probably draw up in any situation. Yeah. You're playing hockey. You're hanging with the boys. You're in Nashville. Fun.
Yeah.
My wife didn't like it at the end.
No,
big deal.
I know.
My wife didn't like it.
We heard all about it.
She didn't like it at the end.
We heard all about it. So Chaser's event, Puck Cancer, great event.
Great event.
Always look forward to it.
This Friday.
Every year. And I actually spoke to Chaser this past week. Sounds like he broke his arm or something. I saw a picture when he was at the Saskatoon Blades Hall of Fame.
I saw that too. Yeah.
So we're thinking about Chaser as we always are, man.
Yeah.
And this is always a great weekend to celebrate him, everything he's going through, and raise money for cancer.
Yes.
I'm all for raising money to help families pay for treatment.
Which is the most...
That's what I'm talking about.
Shit, who just died? James Vanderbeek, who played in all kinds of different roles, died of cancer, and their family had to do a GoFundMe because he spent all his money on fucking trying to cure it, and it didn't work, and he died. It's like, wow. And that's a guy that, he was in all kinds of movies, probably made some really good money, and he spent all his money trying to save himself. Very, very unfortunate. Anyway, we don't want to be... It's all good. This Friday...
I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer.
It was a good skate this morning. All the boys are in town. It is what it is.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Can I give another...
Raise money for the kids so they can pay for it.
Good God, we know. So anyway, there is something sad, though, that went down.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus goddamn Murphy, Andy.
I know it.
What the fuck happened there? Listen, fires spread so fucking quick. Holy shit, they do. I don't know the details.
Can we just talk about Jesse Pierce? Who is a correspondent for NHL.com covering the Minnesota Wild.
Oh, God.
And, touched a lot of people. A lot of people had a relationship with her. And she knew a lot of people. You got a lot of people giving her a shout out.
Oh, yeah.
She dies in a house fire and her 3 children.
Oh, my God. How did the fire start? What
caused the fire?
Now I'm fucking curious. Like, it makes me like sad and mad for some reason. Like it makes me mad. Like what happened? Did the fucking smoke alarm not go off? Like, did you not hear anything? It happened like that. And then you get trapped and your kids don't even know. Motherfucker.
So the husband
was out of town.
I guess he wasn't home or was out of town or whatever. So
we're praying for
he
you guys.
comes home to that.
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah,
we
yeah.
are absolutely thinking about everybody in their family,
Son
those
of a
who knew
God.
her, the Minnesota Wild community.
Yeah, man.
But specifically the family of Jesse Pierce, man. It is
We love you
it
guys.
is the ultimate tragedy.
That was I saw it on Twitter, and actually I didn't even I kind of somebody I just kind of went through it. And Kate goes, Did you see the picture of that young woman? And I go, oh,
Beautiful.
I go, what happened? And she told me. I'm like, oh my God. And I looked through it. So anyway, thoughts and prayers. Sorry, it's just fucking brutal, just brutal. I always, anytime that kind of stuff happens, I look like, God,
life is short.
You gotta,
man.
yeah, but I no shit, that 100%. And did something not? Did the fucking smoke alarms not go off?
Cam,
and if they did you even have time to get out? I don't know.
I don't have, and they lost their dog too.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I knew that part too, but at that point.
So I don't want to speculate as to what may or may not have happened.
Yeah.
I did watch some of the news reports out of Minnesota to see what they're saying, to see if there was any answers to the question you're asking right now.
I know.
And there's an investigation going on, and hopefully they'll have something. I mean,
Well, it could have been like a propane leak, maybe something like that, or it could have been something just you had the logs on you making a fire, fucking spark. Those, I tell you what though, I had a fireplace, wood fireplace, and they are dangerous as shit. They are, man. Spark, one little spark, right on your rug next to it. Boom, now that goes, and your house could burn up like that, Andy. Just like that. That fast. So, I don't know.
Thinking about
prayers, man. Jesus.
everybody who is close to her, friends, family, colleagues, everybody. Jesse
Shit,
Pierce.
well, now, another one, a big one died over the weekend, too. Who am I thinking of? Shit kicker. True American shit kicker. And he doesn't. He doesn't even know.
Whoa,
He doesn't like the shit. See, he doesn't appreciate the true American shit kickers.
We could be going.
No wonder he fucking doesn't know.
We could be going in a number of different
No wonder
directions.
he doesn't
Hang on, don't
know.
tell me yet.
Gigantic.
You did this
He's
last week, by the way. I meant to
gigantic.
tell you this. You got to stop doing that.
Doing what?
Putting me on the spot with
It's
these
fun.
did you know who the? All right, and you got to give me hints and whatever, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you were talking about that.
This guy. Boy. The boogeyman looks under his bed for this guy. The boogeyman does. Jesus, you are out of fucking touch.
Oh God.
Andy's too busy taking pictures of food on the road trip
Hey.
that he doesn't eat. Women do that, by the way.
Hey,
And you don't even know the superstar
Hold
that
on.
passed away?
I was on the road this past week.
There's no. How can you find out on the road? There's no internet on the road, he says.
I was on the
You
road.
don't know. Man, you are out of touch. Son of a bitch. Shit kicking.
Hold on, because it could.
Wow.
I could go in a lot
This
of
is-
different ways.
No.
A lot of different directions.
Oh, yeah. Woo.
Bruce Lee.
No, he already died years ago, you donkey dick. Maddie, get in here. Get in here.
It wasn't Claude Van Damme or anything.
No,
like
you're
that.
getting close.
Okay.
Older than him. True, the number one shit kicker that started it.
Really?
Who? All kinds of movies. Awesome human being. And he was in the military.
John Van Damme.
No! John Van Damme. Maddie, you're in a bubble, dude.
Hold on, no,
you're
I'm
in
not.
You're in a Creve Coeur Racket Club bubble. No one cares about this guy at the Creve Coeur Racket Club. Get out of that bubble.
It's called The Road.
Get out of that
I've
bubble.
been busy.
Busy. Everybody on the whole fucking team knows. True American shit kicker. Bruce Lee.
Oh, Hulk Hogan. That was a few weeks ago.
This is unbelievable. I'm not. Don't even say anything.
Who is it?
Wow.
Wasn't
No, I'm not
Sylvester
even gonna-
Stallone?
I'm
nothing like
not
that?
Sylvester Stallone. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm going to let them chirp because you're going to get chirped for this.
What do you mean? I didn't.
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Just I'm gonna remember the story.
Wow.
Who is it?
Not telling you. Not fucking telling you. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve to know. Wow. Wow. No, no,
He
focus.
was an action actor?
Yes. Focus.
Okay. Well, I must have.
Focus.
Because you know what? We had another tragedy. Can I give a shout out to Per Mars from Mars Blade?
Yeah, go ahead. Jeez, what are we doing?
I know.
We love everybody out there.
Everyone.
We're sorry about being so negative. Sorry it just takes forever for Andy to figure out one of the biggest icons in karate and movie history. Everybody knows this true American shit kicker. TV series.
Ralph,
was it Walker?
Ralph Macchio?
Yes. Yep.
Which one?
Walker, Texas Ranger, baby. That's old school shit kicking right there, baby.
So he was the kid, the karate kid.
It's not who it is.
Oh.
You need to figure things out in life.
Well, who died?
Wow.
Hold on.
Taking pictures of his food the whole time. Look, I'm eating again. Look, everybody, I'm eating. Wow.
Chuck Norris died?
Yes.
I missed that.
Hey, how long did that take? That was a long one. I got you good on that. Whoa.
How did he die? He was 86?
Yes, dude.
Damn.
Looked damn good.
Did not realize he was that old.
He's an awesome dude. Awesome guy. True American shit kicker.
Okay,
I told you.
All right. So Chuck Norris.
And he doesn't know about. Yeah, it's all good.
I was breaking stuff down.
That's why I hear it from Andy. I call him. I'm like, things. I got to do something. I never even actually asking anything. All I hear is Andy's.
Okay, can I just say this because I got to get serious here?
Go, get going, get your brain going,
So Per Mars was the founder of Mars Blade, which created an unbelievable company, and became a leader in the inline skating, ice hockey skate holder industry, apparel, the whole 9 yards. Out of Sweden, had a relationship with a number of NHL players, a number of Swedes, and I just want to give a shout out, man, to everybody with Mars Blade, Per Mars, his family, and he was going through a hard time, and he's no longer with us now because of some of the struggles that he was dealing with. And, I never know what the right thing to say is to people.
Yeah.
You can always say, hey, reach out to somebody, and all that type of stuff. And I know there's the Bell Let's Talk and all that stuff that goes on. But it's like, I just feel for those people who feel like there's nowhere to turn and they have nowhere to go. So we think about everybody with his family and everybody at Mars Blade, man. We're thinking about all of you and anybody who's going through a tough time right now, man. Always know that there are better days ahead, and you just got to find a way. I know it's difficult in the moment to find a way to think that, hey, there's somebody I can go talk to that I can open up with, but sometimes that's easier said than done, and people take the wrong path. They go the wrong direction. And
I got my DMs open, baby. Y'all know that.
Yep.
I got some cat texting me yesterday about it.
Really?
Dude from Florida, man. He's opening up his own clinic down there, hockey clinic. He was
What's a hockey clinic?
I don't know. Right there in Orlando. I go, there's so many guys down there. He was messaging me. He's like, I just want to say thanks, man.
So he's opening a clinic for hockey players who are going through depression?
No, just a hockey clinic.
Oh.
Yeah. Like just doing hockey stuff down there. He's got his fucking
like a
life together.
skills center?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like a skills center.
No, that's good.
I don't know exactly, but
So-
he wrote me out. Just
Yeah.
sometimes you're down and out, but man, when you're that down, the only way back is up. And you that next day could put a smile on your face. And the fucking sun's out and something good happens and you're like, God damn it, I'm back.
Yeah.
You cannot be that roller coaster emotional. You got to try to be as steady as possible.
But you know what happens is a lot of times is people who deal with this, because I have a very good friend of mine, his son just passed away about a month ago, a kid that I used to coach hockey actually. And I just saw him, 2 weeks or so before the incident took place. And
commit suicide?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you would have never have known it. But then talking to his dad, it's like, well, he's been going to speak to doctors and doing this and doing that, and they're medicating the shit out of these kids.
Oh my,
And
there it is, homeboy.
You mix the medication that they're taking,
Yank with the and then they balance it all out
with some alcohol or some weed or whatever, and the
weed.
Well, I'm just saying, the combination
Fucks you up.
can what do they call it, like a toxic cocktail or whatever.
Yeah. That's usually when you overdose.
Because I don't think he was drinking.
That's usually when you overdose. No, but your mind, listen, you can be mentally unstable and weird things can go through your head and it's hard to get right. And once you mix more, and then the doctor is like, here you go, take this medication, take this for that, and then that for that, and then this side effect, now take more. Like, fuck me, man. I went through that bullshit too, fucking Adderall and fucking this and that, trying to get off of the, oh, that was tough. Mine's all over the goddamn place. I told you, my mom's dad committed suicide when she was 13 years old.
Really?
I never met my grandfather.
Right.
Yes. And and my mom went down and found him in the basement. And she had to fucking deal with that. He had 3 daughters, my mom's 2 sisters, and my grandma had to raise them.
And she found him.
My mom found her dad. Jesus Christ. And she got through it, man. She was fucking tough. And but that was tough, man. And it's not easy. It's been weird. Sorry to be so down.
God, this
Seriously,
is
dude.
really a down episode
It's okay.
today.
We're okay, dude. It's
but
all
there's just
good.
a lot of tragedy that's going on. But I don't
Fucking
think
plane crashes.
I don't think Chuck Norris needed to be the first one you talked about.
I wasn't. It was the girl from Minnesota who passed away. That's god awful.
Jesse Pierce.
Yes. And I tried to spice it up a little bit with the Chuck Norris thing that you didn't get for.
I didn't hear the news. You know, we weren't getting that up in
news?
We weren't getting that
everywhere
up in Canada.
you look.
We weren't getting that up in Canada. I spent the entire week in Canada. And I loved it. I love Canada. I love Canada.
Here he goes. He loves Canada.
Like, they've got great chocolate bars.
That's why you like it? Toblerones, what are they called?
Henry's or whatever.
Henry.
They've got great the exchange rate. Everything's discounted.
That's why you like
Everything's on sale.
That's why you like
No matter what you get, it's just on sale. You're like, oh, the tab is this.
25% off,
no,
baby.
I got a discount.
It's 25% off.
I'll get your drink.
Stop doing that.
Oh my God, I wasn't doing that.
Stop doing that.
I wasn't.
Unless it's somebody that you've been working with and somebody that's not making as much money as you.
Yeah.
Fucking picking the tab up for the guys. They laughed at you. Jesus, Murphy. I used to laugh. Don't pick my fucking tab. Like, what are you doing? You need to calm down.
Binner, let me get that coffee for you.
Put that down. Put that down. Put your credit card down, Binner. I got this. Jesus,
I did
Murphy.
say that to Nathan Walker at the.
I feel bad for him a little bit.
At the coffee.
I don't feel.
I was like, he was behind me. I was like, hey, you want me to get your coffee? But he actually got my coffee.
See, coffee's fine. You pick up a fucking round of fucking $20 shots that those guys don't even want anyway.
You feel bad for Nathan Walker? I do.
I don't feel bad for any hockey player.
No, you just said you felt bad.
I corrected myself. But but the Blues are going in a different direction. They got a bunch of young kids.
But he's under contract.
He's under contract for next year.
I'm a little surprised by that one, a little bit.
A little bit. But he's not playing many games. Seen him up in the press box. He always has a smile on his face because he's a sweetheart of a human being. Always works his ass off. Love him. But he's not playing. And they're putting, Jack Finley in there. And they're putting guys like that. And Sonny's not playing. And
no, Stenberg's in there. Because I will say, I think there was some frustration after the Winnipeg game because the Blues were so perimeter. They completely dominated the game. They outshot them like 31-16. I don't know if you watched the intermissions of the pre and post.
Well, I know. I heard about it because they were supposed to be unbelievably hilarious.
So anyway, so they dominated the game, but they spent so much time on the outside they didn't get, to the inside of the ice. So then the Calgary game, not much better. One of the worst games I've watched in a long time.
What?
I think sometimes you can play down to your level or up to your opponent or whatever, and the Blues obviously, are right there with them, so it's hard for them to even say that. But they had a hard practice after that, but I was kind of thinking to myself, I know that you're not getting the aggressive play that you want or the forechecking that you desire or the second and third effort, or guys maybe aren't finishing checks, they're not winning battles, it's puck battles more than anything. But then you look at, well, who's not playing? It's those guys that kind of drive that area of the game, right? The Nathan Walkers, the Sundqvists, listen, I'll say this Jonathan Berggren, man, he's like their best forechecker they have.
Yeah, he's a good skater.
I call him F1 Berggren. Jonathan. He gets in there.
Jonathan.
Maybe not
He's not big.
The most polished two-way player from a defensive standpoint, but this guy gets in on the forecheck, strips pucks, turns pucks over, makes plays. I think he had primary assists in back-to-back games, and then he sat. So I know the frustration with maybe not getting that level of compete that you need or that you want, but a lot of your highly competitive players aren't even in the lineup.
Yeah, but a lot of guys could make up for that. Sorry,
it's a choice to be competitive, right?
It's because Walker's on it and we can't be competitive. No, you can be. Stenberg can be. Anybody can be. Who's the most consistent player so far this year for the St. Louis Blues?
Probably Philip Broberg.
I was just going to say that, homeboy.
Well, it's not a hard one.
Well, we're talking to the people
that
are listening. other people listen to the podcast that maybe don't understand the Blues as much. So that's who we're talking to.
Philip Broberg, a nice pass to Pavel Buchnevich the other day. That's what I want to see from Broberg.
I know.
Everyone knows that he can skate and beat guys up the ice, and he can defend, he recovers, he uses his skating so well.
Plus
he has a very good stick.
So good.
So he defends very well with his stick and obviously his feet. He's a big body, too, so he can get some body position. Plays
a lot of minutes.
Big-time minutes. But the next step for him is going to be to establish that game in the offensive end,
scoring touch,
where he, establishes the ability to finish his chances and to make plays. And now that he's playing the power play, can he evolve into a 55 to 65 point player? Can he be that guy?
I think he's got that step. He makes that one step, that one little juke at the blue line where he gets a step on you. Now he sees the ice. He opens up. He's like, should I go short side with it? Should I just hit it off the pad? Am I going to find Bucci through a lot of traffic? His head was up. Bucci was way over there. Bucci had to try to find a way to get that puck up.
And he did.
It was actually a pretty skilled play right there to even try to get a piece of that.
The way that he was able to get it off so quickly.
But that was just great vision by him, which we've seen all year long. He just... Sometimes you don't notice him, all of a sudden he skates the puck out like boop, 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 all the way down the ice.
But in fairness, what I'm saying in regards to the guys who are out of the lineup, who are the highly competitive guys. But moving forward, you're going to be moving forward with guys like Stenberg and guys like Dvorsky and Lindstein and some of these guys who are in the lineup right now. And so you got to send the message to these guys right away. Hey, listen, if this team's going to be good and if you're going to be a part of it moving forward, this is going to be part of the culture. You're going to have to
be the guy.
You're going to have to be able to establish that level of work ethic that is expected. And so it's up to the coaches, obviously, to demand that out of the team along with the management.
Yeah. No, I know. It's just been such a weird year. So fucking weird. Okay, what do you think of this AJ Greer? Listen, the knee with Gudas the other day was bad. Those are bad. Okay, I know he's trying to go for it, but you're stuck your knee out. You're gonna hurt somebody. It's exactly what happened with Austin Matthews. These type of hits really piss me off, and that's me saying that. And I've done some nasty things.
Yeah.
Have I really hit guys from behind that much? No, I hit late. We all know that. It's fine. This was dirty, defenseless. I know exactly what he's doing. You're 4 or 5 feet away from the board. You give him a little tap like that. You know he's going in there. That's not a play where you're going to tear your MCL, ACL.
No, you're going to break your neck. You're going to break
your fucking neck. And that's happened before. That is a dirty, dirty, dangerous play. But do I think he should get more games than 3? Like, we were talking about this earlier. There's just more to it. Like, you can't.
Well, see, here's the thing.
You can't compare it.
People want to suspend everyone based on their emotional level, right? Get rid of him. That's got to be 10 or more.
Get him out. Come on, George.
It's no different than like a judge who is overseeing a case, and you have to go by prior precedent. Criminal history obviously factors in and weighs in. It can't just be because there was another incident that took place a week before that, or where a team is at in the playoffs, in the standings. Like they're not.
Or he's a fourth liner.
Or So we want everything. Like if I'm running player safety, or if I'm putting somebody in that chair to run player safety, I want them to have the blinders on when they're evaluating what the discipline should be when you're evaluating specific plays. Not just whether a team's good or not good, big market, small market, superstar, fourth line guy, role player, whatever. No. Did he cross the line? Was it an illegal play? And what's the required number of games based off of what we've seen in recent memory? And what kind of suspensions have been handed down from a precedent standpoint that would lead you to whatever the proper discipline should be for the required play. And I think that's what we have here with AJ Greer. I know, listen, it was ugly. It was terrible. And maybe they just do pull it out of a hat. I don't know. I mean, one guy gets 5 games, one guy gets 3 games. You look at the kneeing situation with a guy like Gudas, the second longest suspension, I think, for a kneeing infraction. For a knee-on-knee play.
Did Jason Spezza get dinged pretty good?
I don't know how many games
and he got 3.
But apparently what they're saying is, they're saying, Matt Cook, who came on our show, we had a great conversation with him.
Oh, man.
He was given 7 games. They gave Gudas 5.
Yeah.
I was talking to some people, very intelligent hockey people, actually. yesterday morning, and they were like, he's going to end up getting 3 games. It's probably a 3-game suspension. I know it was dirty as shit. And listen,
Totally dirty.
if he goes off on a stretcher and, unfortunately, I think that factors into it. I know he got hurt on the play, but I don't think it's expected to be long-term. But say he goes off on a stretcher, or he's not moving or something.
Oh, God.
Then obviously you're coming down even harder. So I just think everybody just wants them to throw the book at everybody and just kind of, they want the Department of Player Safety to do exactly what they're complaining about, what they think they're doing, which is just throwing it out of a hat. Just give them 20 games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just want to just give them 20 games where they're complaining and saying they're just making up the number of games anyway. Well, giving them 20 games or giving them 15 games would be just making it up, in my opinion.
I would say this, though. Okay, so when you do get suspended, it takes, 18 months to 2 years where you kind of get reset.
Before it rolls over?
Before it rolls over and you get reset. Maybe they could bump that up to 4 years. Because that's still pretty quick.
You're saying where you have history?
We have history. So, okay, yeah, Gudis has history.
It was
He's
a
had a ton.
stupid play by Greer. I don't even know why he would do that.
What are you doing
It's
that
dumb.
for?
Yeah,
I hate that. And as a player, I'll tell you this right now. I've been elbowed. I've been kneed. I've been a lot of things. Those piss me off. But if you push me from behind when I'm not expecting it, when I'm 5 feet away from the fucking boards, we got problems.
You got to understand this. So when you look at the precedent of boarding penalties, essentially, right? A boarding call.
Yeah.
When the player has unrelated history, I think that factors into the number of games they're getting as well. So I think the Department of Player Safety looked at it as a shove to the back, which is what it was. It wasn't a cross-check.
No, it was
Some people are calling it a cross-check. It was a shove.
No, it's not. It's
right?
a shove. You got him off balance, so he falls into the boards.
Not using the boards as a weapon. He was just far enough away from the wall where I don't think the boards were used as a weapon. Sometimes
I disagree.
Okay, but this is what I think how player safety saw it versus my opinion. I think this is the way they looked at it. So you can have your rebuttal. I think if you're a little closer to the boards and you just force a play from behind, they buckle and just fold and crumble into the wall. This was a little bit away from the wall where he falls and then he coasts into the wall, slides into the wall onto the ice. So they didn't feel like the player used the boards as a weapon.
I disagree because you did. Because when you push a guy like that, when he's going to the boards,
you know he's going to
hit the boards no matter what. So if it's fucking another foot in front of him and it maybe 2 feet in front of him, you know exactly what you're doing there. And he is the way he's going to stop in this particular situation is the boards, and that's how he's going to get
That's
hurt.
your interpretation.
My interpretation.
I get it.
It's just mine.
But can you
we'll talk to Georgie
Can you understand when they say the boards weren't used as a weapon?
No, I just disagreed with that because I do think the boards were used as a weapon because eventually you're going to fall into the boards whenever you get hit from behind like that, that close to it. This wasn't center ice. You're going to the boards, you see his numbers. Fuck, they should put their little stop sign on the back of this jersey just like they do in Canada when you were a kid. But you know exactly what you're doing. You know where he's going to stop eventually was going to be the boards. It's the most horrific feeling in the world as a hockey player falling into the boards like that.
Yeah.
I'd be fucking pissed.
Oh, man.
Ooh, boy. Not like I just elbowed Andy, and he's like,
you see all these big monsters flying around the league right now? Not even flying around, but in the league. This guy Douglas for Vancouver. He's 6'9".
Yeah, gigantic.
Klapka.
Yeah,
for Calgary.
Yeah, I like him. How about the kid that just got traded, Macron or whatever from Nashville? Is a big kid. Who do you get?
McCarron?
McCarron.
He was a first-round pick.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Is he not big?
No, but you're like, where's he from? Whatever. What'd you say?
Well, he was in Nashville. And
he was. Yeah. He's a tough kid.
Just remember what you did with Chuck Norris earlier today. You can't be chirping that much. I forgot his name. You didn't know who goddamn Chuck Norris was. I
do know who he is. I didn't hear about it.
You saw his face and went, meh.
No,
American shit kicker. No wonder you fucking.
I haven't heard about it.
He's too busy.
I can't believe he's 86.
Yeah,
is this the same Chuck Norris I'm thinking of?
Oh, Jesus Christ. How about Dougie Gilmore going at it on Twitter here and there, man, defending the Leafs? Everybody's like, the Leafs need to be tougher. You're like, well, you tried to get him tough.
What's he saying?
Well, he's just defending, like, no, you need more scoring.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with him. Like, you tried to Reeves, you tried Foligno,
right.
You did this,
didn't
you
do
did that,
anything.
you did that, you fucking... You took one guy out and you put a Reaver in there and you got this guy, Matt Martin. Just didn't work.
Right.
Didn't work.
No, they need better players and they need better defensemen and probably better goaltending. At the end of the day.
You know.
If you're really, I'm talking about getting to a championship level. to support all the players that they do have. They're just not good enough. I said that, Cam, and you could. Day one of the season, I watched them play. I'm like, this team is not very good.
You need your top guys to have that mentality. Like, you know who's fun to watch?
Yeah, but
I don't want to.
They're just not very good.
Well, yeah, but your top guys aren't fuck you, okay? Like you are in Florida, like you are in Tampa, where these guys are fighting every fucking fights out the wazoo, hitting, fighting, sticking up for each other. That mentality, everybody on that team, the big guys.
Not every team has that.
But those are the winners.
Florida,
Those are the winners.
Okay.
You got to have your top guys have that mentality.
So what were you going to say? Who has that?
Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. I don't want them to win. Me and Paulie Stasny were talking about that. He's like, I kind of like these other teams in the mix. Columbus, I want them in the mix. I want Montreal in the mix. I want Buffalo in the mix.
Dude,
this
Tampa. Cole Caulfield, man.
Jesus.
He may end up leading the league in goals
so good
when it's all said and done. I think he's the most pure goal scorer, really, in the league. I mean, I just watched the way he scores goals and how he plays. He truly is like, I don't want to discredit his game and say he doesn't do anything else, but I mean, he just scores goals. McKinnon, you just notice doing all these other things.
Yeah.
You know, he just scores goals.
He scores goals, man. He's a goal scorer. You know who else is secretly just dominant every fucking year, which I wish we could see them in the World Cup?
Well, who, Cooch?
Coochie.
He should be the Hart Trophy winner. Probably should have been last year, too.
He just dominates.
He does.
Look at his stats.
I know.
What the
Every year.
fuck? He is dominating. Is he leading scorer in the league right now?
Yeah, he is. With 119.
And he just does his thing. He doesn't say a word. He doesn't fucking do it.
He leads the league in assists, too.
He's so freaking good. What round was he?
Second.
Whoa. That's an organizational changer. When you pick a guy up like that in the second round, Andy, Are you kidding? Change your whole organization. Who scouted him? Who over in Russia scouted him? And who gave the A-OK? Like, good for you.
Look at his last 4 games. 5 points, 3 points, 4 points, 1 point. So his career.
Get out of here.
He's, I mean, this guy. He's over 1,100 points for his career.
Exactly.
He's about to get to 400 goals.
Does he have 1,000 games?
No, he's at 868.
868. Look what he's putting up. Is he slowing down?
No.
He doesn't even.
What do you mean
skate
is he slowing down?
I mean, like when you watch him live, like he doesn't even.
No, but he's
not blowing
like
your doors. He's just spinning off of you.
Yeah, he kind of does blow your doors off sometimes.
He can.
Yeah,
but he's a sneaky.
He doesn't play like McDavid and McKinnon, where they're going coast to coast.
He's just like, I got boom, 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 make a play.
Yeah.
Fuck, is he good? Second round.
Would you take him over McDavid?
No.
Would you take? See, you say it like that.
Yeah, well, no.
No, you say it like that.
Well, how old is he?
I'm not saying about that.
Well, how can I not take that into effect?
Today. Would you take him?
Right now, if I had to slot him
He's
in my
32.
Hold on. If I had to slot him in my lineup right now to go a game 7, to do a 7-game series with my team, who am I taking? McDavid or Coochie?
I'm taking Cooch.
I'm taking McDavid. I can't. It's fun for the podcast, but no. McDavid has still a little bit more. Cooch has a better team. McDavid, I got to take McDavid. I'm sorry. And you can clip that off, whatever. I don't care.
No, I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I would have a hard time.
What about Draisaitl or him?
Probably Cooch. What about?
I think I'd still take.
What about McKinnon or Cooch? So you're doing what you're complaining about. You don't give him. You're not putting him in that category, dude.
He's right there. But am I going to take him over McKinnon? God damn, Andy. No.
You act like it's a crazy question.
No, it's not a crazy question. But I'm not like, oh, hell no. No, I'm like, God, it's like that. It's like that with all those guys. Then it drops off. Cooch is up there with the big
He's got
dogs.
2 cups.
Okay. No, I know he does.
How many does McDavid have?
0, Andy. 0. And I think everybody knows that.
McKinnon's got 1.
McKinnon's got 1.
You know, and I saw Coop. In Vancouver, hung out for a little while. It was great to see him, man. He is the best. I love John Cooper.
Is he doing all right?
Oh, he's doing great.
I know. Oh, yeah, because his daddy died too.
But I would like to ask him. I should have asked him that. Who would you take? McDavid or Kucherov?
Oh, he's
He's had both of them.
I know.
Did you see McDavid's comments about?
Yes.
He just fired the coach. The coach is now
He's bragging about
the other coach being way better than his coach.
And this is the second time he's done this.
He just fired him. Like, if I'm Knobloch,
Chuck.
he just got fired.
I know.
McDavid just fired him, but we're going to let you coach for the next couple of games, but you are officially fired.
This is the second time he's done that. Where he said the first time he said something to the effect of we just did the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now he's like, the other team's organized.
He was pumping up the other. I've never
heard anyone just pump up the other coach.
I've never heard that in a post-game presser. God, he's a dang good coach.
And he's like,
whoa!
They're like, well, why don't you guys do that? And he's like, I don't know, go ask the coach.
Oh, it's over.
He just fired him.
I think that they just need to rest that team, man. Think about. Although we gotta fucking tell, fucking Bouchard's having a hell of a year too.
He is.
Jesus Christ.
He is.
Just getting points, man. I'm sorry.
I still can't give him the Norris. Like some people are like, give him the Norris.
Who gets it?
I would say Hughes maybe. For what he's done with that team since he got there. The team was already competitive, but he's turned them into
I like that team too.
He's turned them into like a Stanley Cup.
I like the Felinos.
Yeah.
I like the Russian. I like their
Tarasenko just scored another couple
got
goals,
20.
man. I know.
I like their GM. I like everything about that damn team. And I bet you that team.
Would you not say Hughes?
Oh, I think
he's the Norris Trophy winner this year.
Werenski, him. I got to look at the numbers. But I like that Minnesota Wild team.
Werenski's the version of Kucherov that people just don't.
Who do you like better? When you watch these two teams play, Andy, who do you look at? It's like they're going to do.
Werenski is the version of Kucherov because you're like Kucherov, but you wouldn't take him over any these other big dogs.
Not the big guys.
And you wouldn't take Werenski over Hughes or Makar or.
Hey, they're all just right there. They're all just.
Cooch is right there too.
I said that. Listen,
you put Cooch on Edmonton. He's still leading. I mean, without McDavid, he's still. He is.
Yeah, with him and Draisaitl, shit, boy. They got more balanced skill on Tampa. They got more of a drive, a team drive than Edmonton does. Right?
Draisaitl gets hurt. Did you see the?
Did you see the hit?
General manager
it's a good hit.
With Stan Bowman was odd to me. He's like answering every question, and talking in circles. I'm like, dude,
calm down.
I'm watching, and I'm just like, please stop talking. Just stop. You don't have to just say, listen, he's going to be reevaluated. We hope to have him back come playoff time, and we'll know. We'll have an answer and see how his rehab progresses. And he's like he's going to be back here. I'm optimistic.
You don't know. He's hurt. He's hurt.
Oh, he's hurt.
He's hurt.
That's
why you see that hit? Yeah. It was a damn good.
And he went over to Germany to get the
crunched. What did he hit?
Treatment.
What did he hit? He crunched. Those hits suck, by the way. If you watch that Draisaitl hit, that was a damn good hit. Who was a kid? Fucking little pest. I forgot his name. But you get hit against the boards like that, where there's no support and your body just kind of turns over against the bench. Oh my God.
Hurts like my God. Right on the wall.
Oh, hurts like hell. Ay. Brutal. Okay, so I was going to ask you before you rudely interrupted me. When you look at these two teams, who do you look at like they're way more balanced? Who's a better fucking team right now, Andy?
Between who?
Minnesota Wild, Buffalo Sabres.
Good question.
Dang boy.
I'm going to say Minnesota.
Up top, Minnesota for sure. Buffalo's D is pretty good. Goalie-wise, they're letting a lot of goals in.
Well, that'll be a question.
They're letting a lot of goals in. They're winning games.
And how are the D going to respond when they're getting hit like crazy come playoff time?
Hit. I feel like Buffalo's playing playoff hockey. I feel like every time I watch the highlights with Buffalo, they're fighting hits and this.
Yeah, no, they're playing.
They're like, let's go.
Well, because of what happened to them a year or two ago, I think they learned from that.
Remember when Page got rocked?
Yeah, and so now
he was pissed about that. We had him on.
It is
blew up.
It did blow up.
Stick up for your fucking teammates. Jesus.
Jakey Neighbors stood up for.
I know.
Logan Mailloux.
I like Logan. Logan's playing well.
He is.
I like Jakey wearing that A. Looks good. He's got to get his feet moving. Just got to get going. Got to get going, dude. It's all good. Yeah. Got to get going.
I wonder if these guys, sometimes you feel pressure. You put that A on their jersey and.
Fuck that. Wear that with pride, baby. Good for you. Like, feel good about that. Let's go. That should bring you energy.
Mm-hmm.
Your sweater's heavy. That should bring you energy.
Yeah. But I feel like his game, once Shen left, you almost feel like he's put some pressure on himself.
Shen knew how to drive that, like drive the pace.
Well, I think he hears the noise of everyone saying, "Oh, he's the next captain. He's this, he's that." And
maybe put everybody on your back, man. Yeah. Then go.
Sometimes when Shen's there, you can just play. You don't have to deal with all that.
Well, now you're a big dog. Be the man. You got to eventually be the fucking man. Now's your time. You've still been here a little while. You know the fucking, the city, you know the players, you know the
Whereas Robert Thomas has just elevated his play back to what we've seen from him in the past.
He's like, screw this, I'm going, dude. I'll dominate these games.
Like, he's your best player. I don't think there's any question. And
Broberg and him are the best players.
Yeah.
And then Hofer when he's on. Jesus. I like him. I do. He's going to have more goals than me.
Hofer?
Embarrassing.
When it's all said and done.
He'll have more goals than me. Son of a bitch. God.
So this whole talk coming out of the GM meetings, getting back to Kucherov, because I had tweeted out that there were countries who basically threatened the NHL prior to the Four Nations that they would not participate if Russia was involved. Oh, yeah. But here's what I don't understand. Like, the Olympics is one thing because it's kind of out of the NHL's control. It's not an NHL event. The Four Nations in the World Cup is an NHL event, NHL sanctioned. And it's also negotiated in the CBA with the NHL Players Association. So now they're saying, well, and somebody followed up the report and actually listed specific countries that don't want Russia involved.
Do we know those countries, by the way? Was it Sweden?
I don't know
Czechia,
the countries, but like whatever they put in. There's some of these other countries.
Was it Germany? That's funny.
All I'm saying, if I'm the NHL, you have to act differently than you would if you're the IOC or the AAHF. Like, you're putting if you want truly best on best, and if I'm Canada, if I'm USA, I'm pushing for Russia to play.
Shit, yeah.
I want best on best. Is enough just watching Canada and USA. It's going to turn into the women's tournament where all you see is Canada and USA in the final. Not to say Finland or Sweden can't get there, or Czechia, because they all have really good players. But in reality, on paper, they shouldn't beat Canada and they shouldn't beat USA. So if you want this to turn into the women's tournament where you see the same two countries in the final every single time, then don't allow Russia in there. But if I'm the NHL, I'm like, what? If I'm the NHL Players Association, I'd be speaking up on their behalf.
I agree.
And being like, no, we want our Russian players participating in this great hockey event because it's the best thing for the NHL and it's the best thing for the game. This isn't about the IIHF and the IOC. So the Players Association have to step up. And I want to see, I'd call the bluff on any of these countries who say, well, we're not going to play if Russia's going to play. Oh, yeah? You're going to walk back in that locker room and face Kucherov and face Ovechkin and face Malkin and face Kaprizov and Tarasenko and all these other guys, Shesterkin, all these great players that are in the National Hockey League from Russia. And you're going to face them in the locker room being like, nope, we just said we're not going to play if you guys are playing. We don't want you to play.
Yeah, you think Victor Hedman's going to go to
Cooch and
Coochie? We don't want you guys playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Quinn Hughes is going to say that to
sure.
Kaprizov.
No, they're not going to say that. They're not going to say that.
So why isn't the NHLPA
don't know
speaking up here?
I don't know.
Or the NHL? Like, again, I don't know what goes on with the IIHF and the IOC and all that when it comes to the Olympics. This is an NHL event.
I agree, man.
And
I would love to see them play.
Let's call the bluff. And you know what? If Germany says, well, we're not playing, well, then don't play.
It's funny. Isn't Germany the country that went to war with the world?
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't know if they're one of those. It's not fair to
No, you're right.
Because I wasn't told specific countries.
I saw
somebody else reported specific countries. Whether that's accurate or not,
it's just funny.
I don't think the NHL
if they
confirmed
were
that.
one of the countries, I would. It's just kind of.
If they were,
with the world twice, right? 50 million people. Okay, just making sure. So I agree with that. What about the World Cup not having any games in the U.S.?
Listen, My bigger issue is putting them in Edmonton
and Calgary.
You gonna like make the players go out to Edmonton? I know they've got a great building that's connected to the rink, but you're gonna have all the players go out to Edmonton, and Calgary's gonna have a brand new facility. I saw it the other day. Obviously, is it gonna be ready in construction? Well, they say it's gonna be. It's supposed to be unbelievable.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, there's a timeline now. They're gonna have to get it done. They should have it done by
You can't go to Vegas can't jump down to Vegas for a game.
I don't know.
Nah, don't do that. No, don't market in the U.S. It's not good for the sport.
So yeah, on the surface, it looks completely foolish not to have a U.S.
Don't market in the
city
U.S.
hosting any of the games when you consider how well the USA has done in international tournaments, basically sweeping the field.
Nah.
I know cities like St. Louis and some other ones,
We're in the mix for a little bit.
Yeah, they were hoping. But I was told weeks ago that Edmonton and St. Louis probably didn't have a great chance.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to end up in Edmonton and Calgary. Listen, I know they're close to one another, so it's easy to get from point A to point B. But you're going to make the players go all the way out to Edmonton. Like, come on, man. Nothing against
Just
Edmonton.
like COVID. They had to stay there in COVID. Oh, God. Can't go to Minnesota? No? Okay. Boston? No? Oh, God, no. Buffalo? Oh, no. Vegas? No, the guys don't want to go there. No, they want to be in Alberta.
I don't love.
They don't want to go to Anaheim.
I don't love the Buffalo setup either. I know it's great setup, close to the rink and everything, but I don't love that hotel.
No, there's nothing.
It's like Winnipeg.
I agree, but you're right there. So like, just it'd be maybe.
And they host a lot of events.
Fine, Vegas. Like, no. Okay. Oh, those guys. Yeah, they didn't want to go to Vegas. No.
Some buildings have issues with scheduling, I guess,
That's
if you have
true, too.
NBA teams and stuff like
true
that.
Too.
But
I get that, but come on. I don't know. Nah, don't market the game in the U.S.
But you know what? If I was Sweden and some of these other, Finland, I'd be more like concerned with get your federations. They should have no say whatsoever. These federations should have no say. Get your federation up to the NHL standards, and then maybe you can have a say when it comes to these NHL events.
Exactly.
You bring these minor league, these junior coaches, whoever these like they're like youth
sitting out guys
youth
that have
hockey
1,500 games.
Youth hockey coaches. They don't have adequate coaching management unless they have like NHL GMs who are like, advising. But a guy like Alexander C, I don't think he's part of the management staff. I think he was advising, so he was working with management, but I don't think he's calling the shots there. Same thing with Jarmo with Finland. So they have inadequate coaching, inadequate management, inadequate medical, all of that. That's why you had Barkov, pushing for Paul Maurice to be the coach of Team Finland.
Well, yeah. Which, if I'm Paul Maurice, I don't know.
Well, he said no.
I know. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Sorry.
Like they don't even have. These countries are saying we don't who they want and don't want. They're not even up to NHL standards anyway.
We don't want that. Oh, you don't? Too bad. What are you gonna do?
Although I wonder if maybe it's USA and Canada that's.
Dude, there's more to it than you think.
You think those two countries?
I think there's just more to it. I think there's stuff that we just don't know. And
like what?
Like that there's decisions that are made that are above heads and about
because I got
any decision with how the Ukraine-Russia fucking war. Like there's so much political.
Because I do get the sense, I don't think the NHL just wants to block out Russia. I think it's kind of out of their hands for some reason.
I know.
But if these teams are complaining and saying we're not going to play, well then don't play.
Fuck you.
I'll see it when I believe it.
I'd rather watch Russia than you.
I'll see it when I believe it.
I'd rather watch Russia than you. Sorry.
And I'm not.
No offense. They got better
Don't
players.
take my opinion on that to think, oh, this is how he feels about the war. I don't have.
No one wants war. About the war. No one wants war. But there's a lot of war going on in a lot of countries that have been through war, and the players have nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. And we're paying them, and they're paying taxes in the U.S. and Canada. They're here living, raising families.
Yeah.
The Russians are. They're paying taxes here.
Mm-hmm.
Can we let them play?
Yeah.
Hedman's going to go in the locker room and go, Coochie, not you. Vasilevsky, how dare you think that you could play in this tournament?
It was very weird for me this past week, not to change the subject, but I was in Canada.
We know.
Working.
The best pregame you'll ever hear. We were like so funny.
I don't
and
talk like
people
that.
were like text messaging me. Like we were like so hilarious.
Stop.
It was great.
Okay. My family was in Florida while I was in Canada.
Because it's so funny. Andy will post something about him being at dinner. And then Lori will post something like, Andy's away. I had to get away. Well, look, we're down in Florida. And then you'll post something and then she'll post. Like, you're competing with each other.
No, we aren't. It was just what I had was very unique. The only thing I posted, like I didn't post a couple of them, but the only thing I posted was this very unique nori salmon tacos.
Yeah.
Where the taco shell was a nori shell. You know what nori is?
Yeah.
I ate so much damn sushi this past week.
I'll eat sushi all goddamn day long.
But like,
I'll spend $1,000 freaking dollars.
For example, I didn't post that one, which would have been.
That would have been a good one. People would, dude. I get when you do that. Just so you know, I get flooded with fucking messages.
What are they saying today? Is Andy going to eat that?
Oh my god! Like they chirp you so bad. It's the funniest. Like my wife posted the same thing. Women post like that, Andy. That's what women do.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with it. We love women.
It was a nori taco.
We love women, but that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Girls do that. They'll look at their food and like, I'm gonna post this, and then they post it.
Just when it requires.
That's what women.
That's
do.
not true, dude.
What guy do you know that does that?
A lot of people.
Oh yeah, who?
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of people post more than I do. With their food, they post their food all the time.
Oh yeah.
People who are really into like food and stuff like that. I'm gonna go through it right now.
And he's a foodie.
Find a couple.
I'd eat those.
I think Prong. I think Prong.
Well, he
does.
tweets about everything, and then you make fun of him. So like,
he's got his book.
Earned.
Why are you chirping?
I'm not chirping anybody.
You are.
Why are you laughing?
Chirping the name of his
Why
book.
are you laughing? This is the second time you laughed that you shouldn't laugh.
I think it's going to be.
It's the second time.
I think it's going to be a great book.
Fuck yeah, it'll be a great book. He's interesting as shit. You know, goddamn right. Earned, and he did earn it. You know,
yeah,
he's everywhere. God dang.
How many are there of him?
I think he's doing a lot. I know. He's like Jim Carrey.
Has he been cloned?
Like Jim Carrey was cloned. They say it was cloned. And when it
then he's in Madison Square Garden all of a sudden.
I don't know. There's weird things going on, Andy. Weird things.
Like what?
Weird plane crashes, too.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
There was one in with Air Canada.
Yeah.
I'm flying Air Canada actually coming up very soon. Well, how did I hit the fire truck?
Fucking unorganized. What do you mean?
What's the fire truck doing there?
Fucking probably putting out a fire, Andy. Probably putting out a fire. Yeah, and kill the pilots. If you look at the wreckage, you're like, jeez, that could have really fucking killed everybody. God dang. Ugh. Yay. What else happened?
What happened with your aunt?
What do you mean?
She got paid a lot of money for something?
Well, Coldwater Creek. And I don't know if I should, I don't know, but the Coldwater Creek incident, if you know about North County back in the 50s, they spilled a lot of toxic waste. Was it nuclear waste, I think, Maddie? Was it what it was? And got into the creek in the system. Toxic waste. Yeah, toxic waste. And
yeah, why don't you ask me that question?
Because you don't know shit. And so a lot of people got settlements out of that, which is good because that's been a big issue for a long time. If you ever read the newspaper, which he doesn't, they talk about Coldwater Creek all the time.
Really? So now they paid out people who were impacted by it?
Impacted by it, yes. This happened out in Eureka by me. At the Route 66
that was Times Beach.
Times Beach.
I'm familiar with that.
They sealed the asphalt. This is a poor area, like trailer park poor in Times Beach back in the day. And they wanted to seal the roads with asphalt, and they had these chemicals in the asphalt that was like fucking horrific. And they all got put that, and then they flattened it, they buried everything, and now there's a park that my dad walks the dog every day at.
Underdog, baby.
Let's go. Lot of games.
It's March. I've been really following the college basketball recently, too. I was really into it as a young kid. In fact, when I was younger, I thought I was going to go into becoming a recruiting expert.
A basketball player?
A recruiting expert.
It was really difficult for Andy growing up because he was going to be a pro hockey player and a pro basketball player.
Now you can be an expert with Underdog.
You're dang right you can.
Oh my. Isn't that the truth?
It is. Lots of games you could bet on. Make that weekend even more special, right, Andy?
Playing Underdog is so easy, Cam. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more.
Easy. Easy peasy.
Get your picks right. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Gotta love that, man.
Gotta love that.
Download the app today. Use the promo code STRICK to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STRICK. Underdog, make picks, win money. What's the promo code?
Strick, baby. STRICK.
So true.
So true.
So they've got Champion and then they've got Pick'em. You want to know how the difference is between the two?
Just
so you know.
Let me know.
So Champions is a peer-to-peer fantasy sports contest in which participants create a roster of 2 to 8 athletes.
Okay, I get that.
So upon submission, participants are entered into a tournament with other participants. Correct selections earn the participant champion points. You get it?
I get it.
So the entry with the most champions points wins. The final amount participants wins depending on how they perform relative to other participants in the tournament. For more detailed information, reach out to us and we'll let you know.
Promo code STRICK. Let's go. Underdog, baby.
Higher or lower? Which way you going? Go to Underdog and make your picks today. Download the app today and use the promo code STRICK to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STRICK. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Term apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play-and-get-terms_DFS_HTML for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. I think that was overblown too. Tulski and Bettman, like their exchange that they had, from what I understand, it wasn't that contentious.
Well, why don't you explain to the people?
Well, because Bettman was saying that an owner had an issue with, like, goalie interference or whatever it is, you know, or headshots or hits to the head.
Yeah.
And one owner, like, had brought it up. Eric Tulski supported what was said by the owner, and Gary Bettman apparently said something, well, now we know which owner had an issue with it or something like that. But it was presented like it really got ugly. I think Pat Verbeek, you know, had some comments to say, too, about goalie interference.
Well, it is an issue.
It is.
Big time issue. Every night there's something goofy about that.
Mm-hmm.
You got the offside sealed. Like, you know what's offsides and what's not. The camera angles are great. They get it right every time. You know, the Blues had what? They had 3 goals.
3 goals that were scored by Calgary.
It's unbelievable.
That were challenged, only to be reversed, and the Blues won the challenge.
All 3 of them.
Which is amazing to me in one game. And I was told that there were multiple other instances in the game where if Calgary would have scored, the Blues would have challenged, and it would have been called back because they were offside.
Jesus.
Tough night for the linesmen.
But they still won the game.
Calgary did.
Yeah.
I know. They put 4 pucks in the net and won 2-1.
2-1.
In
Think
a shootout.
About that. 3, and I've never seen that before. So my point is, they have the offside. Remember, it was kind of goofy for a while there too. A couple years ago, they sealed that up.
Mm-hmm.
But god dang, the goalie interference stuff, man, oh man, you don't know what you're getting.
No,
you do not know what you're getting. You are rolling the dice on what they're going to call.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. Now people are complaining about the hits and stuff like that. Like, I think hockey's in a pretty good spot, man. Like, it's entertaining. The fights are fun. You know, there's still heavyweights going at it. There's hits, there's emotion. I like what Buffalo's kind of in the mix. I like that. I like Columbus. They're fun to watch. Tampa's always kicking everybody's ass and fighting and this and that and the other. Now, the Pacific Division is not good. I don't know what the hell's going to happen after that. Even Vegas, man, I don't know what. They're probably like, okay, let's just get to the playoffs and let's do our damn thing.
I wish I could remember this guy's name.
Okay, enough with it, dude. No one cares.
No, so he broke down the Czech the World Junior Hockey team, looked at their birthdays, looked at the Czech soccer team. Like, it was overwhelmingly, they were born in the first 3 months of the calendar year. And we've heard other people break this down in the past as well. But he was essentially saying that you have an advantage if you're born in January, February, or March based on the way that youth hockey is done in North America. And I guess in Europe too. And he's suggesting that so by doing that at like 9, 10 years old, you're selecting the best players at 10 years old, but the overwhelming majority of those players are born in the first 3 months, and the guys who are born in November and December are kind of weeded out when these other guys are so much older than them, but they may catch up later in life, and they're already behind because the teams are already selected and they've already identified who the elite players are at a younger age. So he's saying that youth hockey teams should be split up into 3 different, for each birth year should have 3 different teams. Those who are born January through March, those who are born April through June, and then,
What's Ty's birthday?
End of May.
Okay.
So he's right there in the middle.
That's like
baseball players, majority of baseball players he's saying are born like in the summer months because the cutoff is different in baseball than it is.
Isn't it different
in hockey?
I remember playing when I went to Canada, even when we were 84 birthday for the AAA Blues, I remember playing against 83, 84, half and half with Canada, Canadian teams like the Lambton Lightning.
Well, maybe they switched it.
They're
back
halfway
then,
83.
Yeah, because back then you would have 2 birth years playing together.
Yeah.
It would always
they were
like
huge.
When you're a squirt minor, you're like overlapping with guys who are a year younger, blah blah, or a year older.
Huge.
Or whatever,
that half a year is a big difference. But listen,
it is.
I look at that like your kid will figure it out if he figures it out. Like I don't know. If you're good, you'll figure it out. Whether you're 6 months down the line with your birth date.
It was just a very interesting listen.
I know. Anyway, actually, there was a lot of AAA teams. Sam Canfield and those guys are playing. They're playing a big tournament.
Well,
this
they've
week.
got national championships.
Yeah, they're number one.
Ranked
number one.
U16
Sam
team.
chirps, and I chirp him back. He skates with the boys. I love you, buddy. We skate with him today, and I give a little shout out. And I think Philly McRae is coaching up there this weekend too.
Does he coach the OHL Cup or something?
He's coaching the OHL Cup.
He takes a team. He runs the TPH here in town.
Yes.
And TPH takes a team, I think, to the OHL
Cup, which is really big.
Oh, huge.
They say the winner flies. The kids fly private to another thing. I don't know. It's crazy.
Did Phil play today?
Yeah. No, he did not.
Oh.
But a little shout out. Just want the boys to do well up there, man. I want these St. Louis kids to fucking dominate and get drafted.
We've got 3 teams that are competing in the Nationals and USA Hockey Nationals.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Just rooting for them. A little shout out. That's what we do
Actually,
here.
USA Hockey Nationals on the girls' side is coming to St. Louis, and I'm actually a featured speaker to the event on Wednesday night.
What are you going to say to them?
I'm hosting a roundtable.
Are you going
to... I swear to God.
What are you going to say? Are you answering questions?
I'll probably answer questions from the audience, too.
What are they going to ask you?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know who's going to be there and what the questions are going to be. But I'm going to interview different people and
so you're an interviewer.
I'm hosting a roundtable, and then we'll take questions from the audience.
I thought that you were like going up there and they're asking you questions about life experiences and stuff.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, that's kind of how you presented it.
No,
you're hosting the event.
No, I'm hosting the event.
You presented it like you're going up there. They're gonna. That'd be fucking. I'd go to that just to ask you questions. Oh my God!
I'll take an audience from the back.
I would go.
Go ahead.
I would go.
Go ahead and ask. What's your question?
It'd be so funny.
Go ahead.
So when did you know that you wanted to play hockey, and when did you know that you had to retire?
Retire
from hockey?
Okay. Well, I knew at a very young age. Dog!
Oh, shit. Whoa, doggy. Some bitch. He knew at a young age. He knew at a young age. God dang, Andy. Sometimes you just know.
Now, when I knew when I had to retire,
what happened? Injuries get you? Injuries?
I just wanted to become career-oriented. Get my career started. The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by Stiefel. Each and every week here, Cam.
Damn right.
But we love Stiefel and love everything they do for all of us. Get on board. Turn your wealth into something magical.
Oh, that's what it is, baby.
Firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Love them greens. Eat them in the morning. They go through you pretty quick, so you got to give yourself a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time if you're going for a 45-minute drive like I have to do every single morning. But I got the I got the beef sticks. I got the energy drinks. I got the clothes. I got the lifestyle, baby. I'm skating 3 times a week. I need their stuff. I take the vitamins. I love it all. Makes you healthy. Makes you feel good. That's what I want, baby. First form. Let's go. Let's go.
Window World, baby.
Window World Studios right here. Damn almighty, the weather in goddamn St. Louis. 40 degrees and it's 90 degrees the other day. Very odd. But you could tell, man, if your windows are goofy, that creeps in and all of a sudden your house is hotter than dog shit. Or it's freezing cold because it seeps through and you got to put towels underneath everything and stuff like that. Can't have that. Get your windows done. Go to Window World. They're the best in the business. They're right here in St. Louis. They're in Kansas City. They sponsor the Blues. Huge hockey fans. Big sponsor of the Chiefs, too. Just so all y'all know. That's Window World. And this is the Window World Studios.
They're the official window sponsor of the Kansas City Chiefs and the preferred window of the St. Louis Blues.
Baby. That's what they do. That's what they do. Great people. Window World. You'll see them all over the place. At the rink, down Highway 585, right there. Big old fucking sign. Window World.
So Window World Windows, one of 2 windows with the good housekeeping seal of approval, baby. And in just over 20 years of business, they've improved the look and thermal efficiency of over 77,000 customers in St. Louis.
Let's go.
Isn't that crazy?
It's awesome.
56,000 in Kansas City. Lifetime warranty, covers all parts, glass, breakage, and labor. Check it out and check it out today. Now offering 36 months same as cash financing with approved credit.
That's Window
36 months same as cash financing with approved credit. You know that.
Damn right.
Get a free in-home estimate and get it today. Give them a call. 800-GET-WINDOWS, 800-GET-WINDOWS, 800-GET-WINDOWS. WindowWorldStLouis.com or WindowSKansasCity.com. WindowWorldStLouis.com or WindowsKansasCity.com. Check out one of the email or websites. And if you want to give a testimonial, go ahead and give them a call today and give your testimonial.
They'll answer. Dang right.
I love it. Call them today, Window World. Sparks Hockey, baby. Cam, there's only one place to go to get your skates sharpened. Otherwise, you're just really risking things big time.
Well, you want to get hurt. You want your kid to get hurt. You want to look foolish on the ice. If you don't have an edge, you look like you're a terrible hockey player, and you might get cut. That's simple. It's because your skates sucked. Because you stepped on a screw and you couldn't get it fixed, or dipshit boy sharpened them the wrong way. You told them 3/8, they did a half, blah, 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 blah. Can't have it. Have to have your skates sharpened. Have to. That's part of hockey. You got to have that damn thing, especially on these road trips and stuff like that. It's the easiest thing. You press the button, boom, yoink, and all of a sudden, done. That's it.
Use the promo code Cam and Strick. It'll save you more money than Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Otherwise, Seth will do your skates and
he'll do other things.
Your tournament's ruined.
He'll do other things.
You'll never make the team.
He'll do other things too.
Oh my God, dude. You have to say it like that.
Do you have a daughter? Stay away. Weirdo. Get away from him. Go!
Justin Timberlake. Did you see that?
Yeah, he was wasted.
He didn't want that video out.
Oh, no shit. He was in the Hamptons.
Is that where he was?
Yeah.
I thought he was in Florida.
I think he was in the Hamptons.
Well, he was on his world tour, he said.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think what they did to him was wrong? That woman was like, can I please talk to him? Oh, my God, I know you love Bring Sexy Back.
Didn't see that part.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
You didn't watch the whole video?
No.
The whole arrest video?
I don't like watching those.
That's tough, man. Then he was like going into this little cell. And they were like, yeah, you got to stay the night. You can meet with the judge until 9:30. He's like, you keep me in here all night long.
Yeah, no, I know. That was in the Hamptons, I thought.
He had Florida license plates.
Yeah, it's probably a rental.
It was a rental, but I don't know. He was on a world tour. I don't know if he'd be in.
Andy feels sorry for people like that. I don't care. How about that Jack Reacher guy beat the shit out of his neighbors?
Yeah, I saw that. Who is he? He's an actor? I know.
Yeah. He's in a show, like he's a tough guy.
Was the other guy on a motorcycle or something?
I think his kids were cruising around on motorbikes, and he went out there, and I don't know, there's fucking bikes everywhere, and he piss pumped this guy, and apparently it was his neighbor. Now, You never know what happened. Maybe he was reckless around his kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I'll tell you this right now. If you live in a fancy subdivision and there's kids in your neighborhood riding around on motorcycles all fucking day, that's annoying. We've had that happen when I lived out yonder, and like they'd fucking ride their. It's so obnoxious.
Thinking about you, Justin.
You get a hold of Andy. He'll talk to you about it. He'll make you feel good.
Reach out to me. DM me.
He'll tell you how funny he was on the pregame. Justin's like, I need help, Andy. What? Good.
Blue Note Roofing, baby. 314-920-5713.
A lot of storms.
David Novak today.
A lot of storms coming.
Were there tornadoes when I was out of town? There
was a couple here and there.
Were there tornadoes when I was out of the country?
Yeah, when you're out of the country. And he's in Canada. I
was out of the country.
Yeah, there was some weird weather. There's going to be more weird weather. Big time.
What's coming? How about
What
yesterday?
I just tell you.
True story. Yesterday, it was 90 degrees, and then it was like by the end of the day, it was in the 50s, and it's in the 50s today. It's like, what is going on?
That's St. Louis for you.
And I think there's going to be more days like that coming up where it's 90s then 50, then 90s then 50.
That's how tornadoes happen, boy.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, let's hope
A lot of
everyone's
other things
prepared.
go into it too. But
Hey, my suggestion to everyone would have an emergency kit in their house in case something goes down, where you have lots of food and water and stuff like that.
yeah.
In case it's called like a survivor's pack.
Reach out to Andy. He'll talk you through it. Reach out to Andy. He's going to make you feel better.
That's what
We need
LeVar
a
Ball
cure.
said to her.
Ball. Yeah, well, he's like looking back at her.
I will say a lot of people in sports, they're either not listening to their PR people or they're not getting any PR help whatsoever. One or the other.
No, they are. They're probably not listening.
Because some of the stuff these guys are saying, it's just like
In hockey?
like they'd never been in front of a
In
camera
hockey?
before. Yeah. I thought Stan Bowman struggled a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. I got to go through it again. Listen to it.
Yeah, you'll have to go back and watch that.
I will, for
Okay,
sure,
yeah.
because,
Yeah, go back and
But
watch
who
it.
else?
Yeah, go back and
Who
watch
else?
that. It's been a few others. 314-920-5713 for Blue Note Roofing. Call them today. David Novak will come out
Love
and
you,
give you
Dave.
that free estimate. Works with all the big insurance companies. Give him a shout. 314-920-5713, especially if you have that wind and hail damage, Cam.
which you're going to get more of.
Spas and more.
Oh, I
Angie
can't
Hess.
wait. I can't wait, Angie.
This would be a perfect night for that hot tub.
Oh, yeah. Perfect night. A little windy, a little chilly. That hot tub that you're getting is gigantic. I can't wait to get that sauna. Man, oh, man, I love just sitting in that sauna, soaking all the bullshit out of me. Get out of me, demons. Get out of me, demons. But if you guys want to check out anything that Spas and More sells, they have all kinds of different stuff. And I've actually seen them put in these big-time pools and hot tubs. I saw them live do it. And it's not as big of a process as you think.
Okay.
It's actually pretty freaking easy.
Okay,
What's that going to do
so
with
talk about the products.
you? What?
Talk about the products.
I'm just telling you how easy it is
Yeah.
to put it in the backyard. Because sometimes you're like, I don't know if it could fit back here. No,
Oh,
man,
they
I'm
can get
telling
it
you.
in.
They can
Spas
get it
and More
there.
is a 3-generation family-owned and operated business with 2 locations, baby.
Yeah.
Owner Michael Leahy, he's worked with Master Spa since 1996 and has only ever carried, sold, and serviced Master Spa products. They've got those Michael Phelps chili tubs.
Oh, yeah. Well, they got those. Yeah, they got the cold tubs. They got the, of course, the huge Master Spa pool that you could swim against. Like, oh my God, you want to get a workout in? Holy cow. You just want to chill in there. They got jets out the wazoo. Really, really cool.
It's the largest and only truly American-made manufacturer. No secondary factories in other countries. Master Spas is not owned by a financial institution or corporate conglomerate.
No.
Trusted and reputable manufacturer with partnerships spreading across all forms of athletes, influencers, and families.
Hell yeah. They got it all for you. They got it all for you.
Check out Spas and More. We put the in spa. Easy Tiger, baby. Get your mind right.
Gotta get that gosh dang mind right. Sit in that hot tub, get that damn mind right.
The two go hand in hand, don't
Long
they?
day work. You worked your ass off. All you want to do is just get that mind right and chill out. Maybe jam out a little bit. Damn right.
Born in Arizona, expanding fast, baby. It'll be nationwide before you know it. Easy Tiger. All about high-end premium cannabis. Talking top shelf, baby. Smooth, flavorful. They say it's a sniper from the blue line. I love it, man. They got great gear, too. Clean, stylish. I love all that, man. Their merch is actually fire. Clean, high-end, not your typical cannabis brand stuff. What do you think they mean by that?
Just high-end
like
stuff.
With big, like, you know, like the big, like, Chronic, like, cover of, like, the...
Like the 90s stuff.
Like the Chronic album from Dr. Dre, you know, the big marijuana.
I kind of like that, though.
Well, yeah, it was cool back then. Great album. I know every word on that album. How about you?
No.
Today's episode is brought to you by AZ Tiger, premium top shelf cannabis out of Arizona, and trust us, they don't play in the minor leagues. All their flowers top shelf, hand selected, high potency, grown for flavor, smooth smoke, and powerful effects. No shortcuts, no filler strains, only standout genetics. Clean, smooth burn you can live with.
Get that mind right, baby.
Mike Tirico's on this edition.
Let's go.
Of the Strick podcast, legendary broadcast. Who's at the top of his game right now? Is there a bigger broadcaster in the game today?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And a lot of people that are in that game, the heavy guys, the big guys, I think agree with us too. Like he's the big dog right now.
He's the big dog.
You know,
everything.
He's the big boy.
Sunday Night Football, Olympics, Super Bowl, PGA events, NBA, Notre Dame football.
Everything. I don't know how he does it.
Who would have thought that you'd be bigger by leaving ESPN? If you would have thought that back in the 90s and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to ask him about the ESPN stuff, too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm sure he wants to talk to you about that.
Sure he wants to talk to you about it. Andy will talk to him about how good he was before the show. He's going to watch and be like, what?
Mike Tirico, baby, on this edition of the Strick podcast. The Strick podcast is brought to you by First Form, baby. Use our link. And do it today. www.firstform.com/CamandStrick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/CamandStrick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview. Where are you at? You in Florida?
I'm on the road. Yeah, I ended up, we had to switch a game, so I'm doing a game tonight, Miami Heat game, Miami San Antonio. So I'm second of a back-to-back.
I got
we
you.
just hit record and go anyway.
We just go.
We're not wasting time.
You ever get tired? You ever wake up and say, I don't want to do the game tonight?
Not this job. No, not this. I did wake up tired, but not this job. No, I love it too much. So thanks for being flexible too. I appreciate it, guys.
Oh, yeah. What's your favorite sport to cover, though, like, and to call? And
next
then your
one,
least favorite.
The next one. No, truly the next one. There's a story behind that a little bit, but it's become a true way of life. Like if you're not into what you're doing, then people should be into watching you do it. So, if you're in a golf tournament, it better be the most important thing you're doing. And then the next day you're doing NBA and people are giving you their time. There are 1,000 options on your remote, a thumb away, right? You can watch any movie, any show, go put on YouTube. So you better be sold out for the viewers. So that's what I try to do best we can.
Well, golf's probably like the most unique. I mean, you're in that, you're not far from the players, and then you're in that little bubble. They close you off. You got to be quiet. It's different.
Yeah, it is. It is. Golf's also by far the hardest thing to do for TV. For TV production, there's nothing harder than golf. But, every other sport, it's one ball moving pretty much. And it's a very defined area. It's like 110 yards or, 200 feet by 85 or 94 feet in the court. And that's it, in one ball. And in golf, you can have over acres. If it's the morning of a major championship, you can have 78 golf balls moving within seconds of each other, and you don't know who's next. It changes every hole. There's no set order. It depends on who's furthest away from the hole. So golf is by far the hardest TV sport to pull off. Not even close. And it's different too. The whole whispering thing with golf came from when the announcers were in towers and they were hovering like 30 feet in the air in a tower in a booth, and it was an open air and the green was right under, so the players could hear them. And that still happens at the Masters, actually. At the Masters, they still are in towers at the holes, and the players have the proximity. They can hear them. So you'll hear more whispering at Augusta than you will most other places.
With the birds chirping in the background. Is that
The
real
birds
or
chirping.
no?
I'll tell you, I've walked around that property a lot. There are a lot of birds. They are everywhere. So you can hear those sounds. And maybe they're just ringing in your head because you're familiar with it, but there is a ton of beautiful noise. That's the most serene, beautiful place, I think, in sports. It's just so, I can't wait to get back there in a few weeks. It's just so chill and so cool. It's an amazing place. It really is.
So listen, your big break obviously was getting to ESPN, I would think. I mean, we all know you from ESPN, growing up watching you at ESPN. Johnny Gruden, he's come to St. Louis a couple times, actually.
Oh, yeah.
He's opening boxes. He's like a big Blues fan. He came here during the playoffs last year. He loves you, by the way, man.
Yes,
He's got so much respect for you. So I talked to him over a couple of beers about that. You know, I was getting some real stuff out of him. And one of the real things I got out of him was how much respect he has for you. But how'd you get hired at ESPN? How'd that play out?
Yeah. I was working in Syracuse. I went to college at Syracuse. A bunch of media people, obviously. Bob Costas, Marv Albert, Ian Eagle, Sean McDonough, Dave Cash, Noah Eagle now, Jason Benetti. Like the list goes on and on of people from Syracuse. Beth Mowins as well is great. A female play-by-play announcer has ever been on the air. I was in Syracuse and I was in college. I was a junior, actually, and I was interning at the local TV station, and they had an opening for their weekend job. They went through a couple of people in short order. They wanted to hire somebody young and cheap, and I was both. And I got hired as a junior in college, finished out my senior year doing local TV, did a couple more years of that, and an executive for ESPN happened to have roots up there, had a place up there, saw me on the air, told them, hey, there's somebody who I think is young but may have a future in this. And they hired me in 1991 and spent 25 really cool years there. So it really got started by getting a job while I was in college and then just being, quote, discovered, if you will, by somebody who was coming through town on personal business. So, and it worked out. And 25 years at ESPN were great. 10 years at NBC have been even better. And I'm getting old, like you said. I've more people now come up to go, hey, I grew up watching you. Like, okay, thanks, man.
You're like, thanks
I appreciate it. Just tell me I'm old to my face. Don't give me that line.
I know, but like ESPN, that's one thing to get to ESPN, but then you start getting big time assignments at ESPN. Like, what was the first real big assignment you got?
Well, in a lot of ways, you know, you started doing SportsCenter. In a lot of ways, it was doing studio for college football and college basketball before there were so many games on, and ESPN2 wasn't even launched at that point, and it just gets launched a little bit after that. And you're doing studio on college basketball. Chris Fowler or John Saunders do a couple of nights. I do a couple of nights. There was a stretch there where the three of us were hosting in the studio. And then from that, parlayed the chance to do games, calling games. And then I got hired to do golf at ABC in 1997 and work with Curtis Strange. And that was my first network #1 play-by-play role. And I was 29 at that time. I just turned 30, I beg your pardon. And that was my first real big opportunity to have a #1 gig like that. And now it's almost been 30 years of that, Monday Night Football, calling major golf championships and all the other stuff that goes with it. You know, now the Olympics at NBC. So I'd say my break was probably getting out of SportsCenter on a night in, night out basis and into covering games. Because I love doing SportsCenter. I thought I did a decent job doing highlights and things like that. But I think my better deal was hosting events and being at events than doing the desk night in, night out. And it worked out super well. It just kind of kept moving along the way.
Speaking of doing highlights and sitting at desks there, like Stuart Scott was one of the guys that everybody got into. Were you close with him?
I was, you know, Stuart and Susie Colbert and Kenny Mayne were among the people, Bill Pito as well, among the people who were at ESPN2, and Keith Olbermann went over to do their show, Sports Night, at the start on ESPN2. And Stuart was, you know, one of the stars who was in that group, along with Susie, who was on Monday Night Football for years. They just jumped out as superstars. They really did. And Stuart, especially because of his uniqueness and his style. And I love the fact that Stuart stuck to who he was and what his shtick was, but it was genuine. It was real, right? He brought more real to TV than most people. And it worked. And it was not necessarily something that you thought, oh, everybody's going to accept this or take it. But the athletes did. The culture did. Yes. And the phrases did. And to watch Stu just kind of grow in that space was really cool. And it was an uphill climb in a lot of ways. And he and Rich Eisen were a great team on SportsCenter for many years. And Stuart became synonymous with football and basketball and so many things, and really had a connection with the athletes that I think started a whole new generation of athletes and their connection with the sportscasters. And Stuart was cool in a way that Chris Berman was cool for the nicknames, and Dan Patrick was cool for the way he anchored SportsCenter. In a different way, Stuart was one of the first black sportscasters who was really cool with his style of delivery that would be repeated by everybody, phraseology that people would use on the playground. And man, you mentioned Stu, and you smile when you think about his ability and the way he cut through, and then it just breaks your heart that he wasn't here nearly as long as he should have been to share with all of us. He was one hell of a guy, and it's one of the emptiest chapters, I think, for all of us who got to see Stu go through some of his pain, some of his struggle, and then remember where we were the morning we found out that he passed away.
Yeah, man. So talented, this guy. But
uber talented.
So, all right, some guys who leave ESPN, you would say, it probably wasn't in their best interest. I mean, Keith Olbermann, he's so loud on Twitter. He's angry.
Oh, man.
Kilborn, some of these guys, even Dan Patrick, it's probably worked out fine for Dan. You still see him everywhere.
Yeah,
were you nervous about that when you were leaving ESPN, or you knew you were walking into such a big opportunity with ESPN? Maybe it was a little bit different.
Yeah, it was. Let me go back a little bit, because Kilborn was pretty good. Craig wanted to scratch the itch of, I don't think Craig wanted to be sitting there at 1 a.m. doing Brewers Mariners highlights, and no disrespect to Milwaukee and Seattle, but that wasn't his gig. He was a comedian, right? He's a comedian at heart, and man, he had his own late night show, and was in movies, and he was a star for a stretch, right? It's pretty damn cool. Dan really showed everyone, I shouldn't say he was the only one, but really showed folks that there was life after being on ESPN, right? Because he went out, and that was an uphill battle too. And his radio show still is must listen, always gets great guests. Dan's as good an interviewer as there is. Mm-hmm. Dan was true to who he wanted to be. And he did a great job for others who left to say, there's life after, right? And the place is so special, and still is the centerpiece of a lot of conversation daily. What's said on ESPN, whether it was SportsCenter in the old days, Cold Pizza was on ESPN2, if you remember that show. Get Up Now, Stephen A. and Skip were together. That just set the tone for sports conversation on hundreds of radio stations, right? And set the agenda nationally as days go on, and it still does in a lot of ways. But for me, as somebody who was doing Monday Night Football in the NBA and golf and covering events, I was so far away from all of that stuff that the move to NBC with what they were offering in covering football, getting to do the Olympics, Kentucky Derby, their bigger events, was new and exciting to me. And number one was the Olympics. So there was nothing that ESPN had that could compare to the Olympics. I didn't think I'd be hosting the primetime show of the Olympics as quickly as that happened. I was under the impression Bob Costas was going to do it for a while longer. But now I've done 5, and it's been so neat and so much fun that I didn't have much trepidation when I made the move. The move felt like a no-brainer to me at the time. And 10 years later, look back in the rearview mirror, and I would feel blessed that that inclination was right. And this has been just incredible.
Do you like hosting or doing play-by-play more?
Yes. I love
whatever pays.
I love both. I do. I love both. I love the challenge of it, right? Because it's just a different muscle. The games, like I'm getting ready to call an NBA game, and you're sitting here with thousands of bits of information on two teams, right? And you just kind of dive all the way in on the teams for that night. With the studio, you're more at 20,000 feet. Hey, what does this mean? Get the best out of an analyst, have some fun on the set, make it a cool environment to get ready for the game. No matter how great the pregame show is, no matter how great, the rating goes up when the game starts.
Yeah.
People come to watch the games, right? So as much as we can talk and hang, and it's a good hang and it's buzz and conversation, you may know the personalities of a studio show better than you do the play-by-play and color analyst, depending on if it's a national broadcast where it's one of the big teams in the NFL, or it's your team and you watch the Blues, or you watch Cardinals baseball on a regular basis. Then you become familiar because it's 40, 50, 60 nights with the same announce team. For me, the joy of going into the Olympic studio and getting to do that, or host the Kentucky Derby and just kind of do that bigger picture stuff, is fun. Would I do it exclusively all the time if I had to? Sure, if it was great stuff. But I do enjoy being at a game. When you sit in the first row and it's from here to Victor Wembanyama, you're like, oh my God, that's so cool. I've gotten to do games where I was here to here with Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, MJ, LeBron, and now Wembanyama. Like, you've seen like a couple of generations of basketball from 5 feet away from these guys. So that's an experience that I'll never let go of and appreciate. So to be blessed to do the balance of both is truly something I cherish, and I love each opportunity and each challenge as well. And trying to be good at both when you don't do both all the time is another fun part of it that just keeps me hopefully sharp and fresh as I get older.
Well, you certainly are. Who's the most?
Oh yeah, I am older. Thank you.
No.
That's
You're
so
sharp.
nice, you know.
And you look
Really,
damn good too.
Cam's taking a shot at you.
I look
Mike,
old.
Hey, look, and I deflected it right back. So that's why I may be old, but I'm joking.
No, you look great, man. Hey,
No.
Who's the most entertaining athlete you've ever witnessed?
You mean as they perform and play?
As they perform in front of you, who did you look at and say, this is the most entertaining athlete I've ever seen?
Yeah, that's a great one. Tiger.
Tiger.
So I think the magic of Tiger was he was going to be larger than life and turned out to be. And he delivered on all the promise that everybody talked about for years. But what I think was cool about Tiger is he obviously didn't look like every great golfer before him. So there was something unique about him. I think the cool thing about Tiger and what got people to watch is he could be hitting a mundane 6-iron out of a bunker in Canada, and he could hit one of the greatest shots you've ever seen in your life. And the funny part is Tiger was bad enough that he was great, meaning the biggest Tiger moments tend to happen when he missed the fairway. And he's up in the trees, and now he's got to kind of go like this and hit a curving shot or do something stupid, low under a tree, then high, and then over water and all this, right? You felt like when you watched him, you may see the next greatest thing you've ever seen. And that was for years and years and years. And my run as a lead golf announcer at ABC and ESPN kind of got started with the Tiger era. So I got to see not just his success in 97, but then 2000 and 01 and 02 and that ridiculous run of golf. You ever want to remind yourself how good somebody was, go look at that stretch of golf for Tiger. It's just ridiculous. So I would say in that moment, I mean, there are so many guys when you think about it over time. You know, how do you leave Jordan out of there? How do you leave Brady out of there? How do you leave Randy Moss out of there? How do you leave like young vintage Cam Newton? Somebody asked me recently, and it may sound like a crazy name to throw in with the others, but remember how good Cam was at Auburn. Remember how good Cam was in his MVP season.
Yeah.
And we were speaking with someone who is now an NFL coach. His dad was the head coach of the Broncos. So we're talking Clint Kubiak here. He was a fan at the Super Bowl that his dad won, and then coached in Super Bowl 60 with Seattle, and now is on to be his own head coach. And we asked him about being at that game. What do you remember? And he said, I remember Cam Newton walking out and going, oh my gosh, how has anybody ever tackled that guy? And like when he was going, he could run over and past people. Oh, yeah. He had a massive arm. His accuracy wasn't as good as it needed to be. He got hurt eventually from taking all those hits, but he was an MVP who got a team to a Super Bowl, right? And he looked different than every other quarterback you had ever seen in size and stat. He was tight end. Oh my gosh, right? So That's why I throw names like that pop into my mind when you ask that question. But nobody was like Tiger. Bigger, stronger, smarter, and he had more moments than I remember everybody else having within their sport.
I like you saying that about Cam Newton, because he was truly like unbelievable and so different than every other quarterback during his time. Very, very few could do what he was doing at the time. And I find him entertaining now. Like, he's doing the podcasting and stuff like that. I know, like, he gets crazy and he's going back and forth with guys, but I don't mind it. Hey, with Tiger, would he be like, come on, Mike, let's go have a cocktail, let's go have a beer?
No.
Like, he's not like that?
I've almost never done the hang with athletes away from work.
Okay.
I mean, coaches who you get to know, maybe there's the odd time that you'll be invited to a dinner or be at a bigger group and be with them. But I'd say that relationships, friendships, acquaintanceships with current athletes are really limited to the workspace, have been for me. I mean, golf, you may see somebody at a dinner, but it's not like I seek, hey, let's go out and have dinner or offer that. You know, I think there is a good church and state line to separate. And, you know, sometimes if you know too much, you compromise in doing your job and you don't do it as well as you should. I heard a great line from someone who, when I was hired at NBC, was helping to onboard a new announcer who had just come from the coaching or playing ranks and said, hey, remember you used to work for Team X. You don't work for Team X anymore. You work for the fan, right? And it's a challenge. We don't get there as often as we probably should in our business. But I think when you become friends with somebody, then you start protecting. And you got to be really careful about that, because you've got to be able to say, Coach so-and-so had a bad game today. This quarterback, he had a bad game. That's a bad throw, you know, and not in a malicious way. You don't demean and say he's terrible and he's the one. You just say, he had a bad game. I have bad games. Officials have bad games. So I always felt like you could say that in the moment. I forget who it was. I was doing an NBA game last night, and it was Julius Randle for Minnesota. As we're taping this on a Monday, I did a Minnesota-Boston game on Sunday, and Julius Randle was 1 for 9. He missed the shot. I said, Julius Randle's having a terrible game. I'm not friends with Julius Randle, but it makes it a heck of a lot easier for me to say that. And I need to say that because at home, somebody's saying, boy, Julius Randle's having a terrible game. So every once in a while, if you can say that, that's good. And I think if you get too close to athletes and go hang with them, you don't get to say that. I did get to spend some time with Tiger around like an event that he had for a sponsor that I was asked to do a lengthy interview with, a feature interview, walk a couple of holes at a practice round, talk to him after a media session and get some quieter time with less people around. But not buddy, not let's go out and hang. Not at all.
I don't feel like you take shots, though. Like has anybody ever, because Julius Randle's mom, he better watch out for his mom now. If she sees you, Mike, next game,
hey,
you never know.
I did point out, which was true, Julius played his butt off on defense.
Okay, good.
He did not let his 1 for 9 go to the other end of the floor. It actually was a difference maker in a comeback in a specific game. But I hear you.
He sucks tonight, but he's been good on defense, Mom,
that's right.
just so you know.
Fine. It's fine. It's a good question. No, I haven't. You know, we're in the what business. As play-by-play announcers and studio hosts, we are in the what business. That line has gotten blurred. I think a lot of people who are personalities do the I think this, and like, okay, great. Well, you're just a fan, you know? I think when you do that, it has success. It puts more people in the stands, if you will. People are more interested in sports because they're passionately involved in the unbelievable conversation around games. So that's cool. That's just not my shtick. I don't like it. I don't like, you can't, here's what I learned when I followed Dan Patrick doing his radio show on ESPN. And then I did a little bit with me and a few hosts, and then it ended up being with Scott Van Pelt, who I love, who's still one of my dearest friends.
He gave you a big shout out after the Olympics. We'll get into that.
Did. I listened to that.
He's the man. I love Scotty. Here's what I learned. Like, that's not that hot take world is not for me. I could not get on the air and rip the usage of the Yankees bullpen in a divisional series game when I'm covering the NFL. And in the NFL, I'm all the way down the rabbit hole. So I know, like, hey, there's a reason that their fourth defensive end stinks, because they didn't have the cap money. And now when their third defensive end gets hurt, they can't put three defensive ends on the field on third down in a pass rush. Like, I know that because I studied those teams. When you get to a team for the first time in the NFL, you're like, my God, I didn't know anything about this team from afar. I knew some, not what you need to know. And I hear people go on the air and they're critical of coaches and athletes, and you don't know unless you're around it and spending time. The people who know the best in the media are the beat reporters who are there every day.
Yes.
And they hear and they see. And you just can't sit in a studio and act like you know everything. You just don't. You can talk to people. You can talk to agents, coaches, and different people. But that just is not me. So I feel like I'm never in that space, because my job as a play-by-play guy or a host is usually what, not why or what do you think. I mean, my opinion, other than forums like this, I don't think my opinion is what people come for. They want me to do the research, tell you about the athlete, use the access that you have through the job to help get them a better understanding of what's going on in the game, and tell you what's happening. I do what the analysts do, how and why, and hopefully that's the formula that works. And I don't think you're tuning into Sunday Night Football to hear me opine about why I think this team should be considered the number one ranked team in the NFL in October, which doesn't mean a damn thing, but you can do a half hour of that in the morning on ESPN, and that's their oxygen. And that's fine. It's great. Like, the system works. Just for me, this is the better fit at this point in my life.
What's a pet peeve for you that when you listen to other broadcasters? Is it something like maybe they talk too much, not about the game, if the game's great? Like, is there anything that kind of clicks with you? Like, this is what I don't do?
No, I'm always listening more to get better, right? If I hear something I don't particularly like, I start to think, okay, do I do that? Have I been doing that too much? I'll give you a real world one. And it's the guy who's another Syracuse alum, who's a younger guy who I think has got a great present and even bigger future in the business. And that's Drew Carter. He's the TV voice of the Boston Celtics. I was getting ready for a Celtics game, and I'm watching Drew, and I said, you know what? Drew is really good at just laying out. In an NBA game, there's 1,000 passes. Sometimes you can watch the energy of Kevin Harlan staying up with almost every one of those passes and bringing passion to a basket in the second quarter, and then love it. And I can hear Drew just kind of laying back a little bit in the third quarter, and there's 6 passes, and then he'll just say the guy who shoots a 3. And I've heard both and said, boy, I need to do more of that, right? So I end up watching, and when I like it, I'm asking myself, okay, am I doing that in the broadcast on a regular basis? Because you want to make sure that you're finding the right medium between let's add energy and passion to the game. It's on TV. Let's let the person watch it a little bit too. So I do watch. There are announcers like who I just mentioned who I love to watch, but I also use them like Joe Buck. I'll watch Joe on a Monday night. It's just a reminder of, okay, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good approach to that. Like, how can I take what I just heard that I like and make sure that I'm doing that in my own style and our show on Sundays, and maybe make it a little bit easier for the viewers to listen. That's why I go back and watch every Sunday night game. Most of the basketball games I do, I go back and watch just to make sure that it comes through the TV and sounds right. And I'll pick up, hey, that graphic was up there and you probably should have talked about it a little bit more and helped it along. Or you didn't need to add that. Maybe next time be better.
How the hell do you have time to do that, by the way? Because now
quick.
you do it, and then all of a sudden you go back and interesting.
Yeah, it's quick. Like, you can, so I'm doing back-to-back games. I did a Sunday night game, NBA. I'm doing a Monday night game. I won't get to the Sunday night game on Monday because I want to watch this last couple of games that the teams played. So I did that in the morning. But, sometime during the week, I'll go back and watch the game, maybe on 1.5 speed, maybe at 1 3/4 speed, just to watch it and listen to it. Or you can even go back and spot check, go back and watch like the third quarter. And if there was a stretch that you thought was pretty good or could have been better. Like NBA, I'm doing the Sunday night games with Jamal Crawford and Reggie Miller, and we're a 3-man booth, which in the NBA can be really fun or it can be way too much. So I'm trying to make sure that that's coming through the TV right. So I listen back to the Sunday night games, and that's where I'm thinking, hey, maybe I should just lay out a little bit longer so the person at home doesn't have their ears bleeding with 3 guys trying to get every last fact in. Here's his analytics on 3-point shooting from the slot on the right on Thursdays against Western Conference teams. Like, who cares? Did he make the shot or he miss it, right? So, but sometimes you can come up with one of those and say, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah.
So you try to find the balance.
The three man can work. I mean, listen, we grew up with Bob Costas and Bill Walton and Jones. Why am I forgetting his
Snapper
first name?
Jones.
Snapper Jones, man. Those guys were unbelievable the way they had so much chemistry with one another. You ever get nervous? What makes you nervous?
No. Well, I know people have asked that often. I've always said no. And now, having done a Super Bowl where 125 million people are watching, I can confirm that the answer is no. I think you get probably an adrenaline rush. You get a little more anxious, but it's exactly like the players say. When you get that first hit, you're fine, right? It just becomes a normal football game. I've probably done second down and 4 yards to go 100,000 times in my life, and it was still 2nd and 4 in the Super Bowl. And you're trying to pick out who's getting the ball and what's happening. I think it just depends on how prepared you are for an event. If you go in, it's like a test when we're in school. And if you studied the rare weeks you actually studied for a test and you felt really good about it, you probably did really well. You certainly had less anxiety going in. But when it was like, oh, I got 3 finals and I'm going to like bogart 45 minutes on this one because the other 2 I really got to work. You go into that and going, oh, man, I'm not sure. You're sure when you're prepared. So for me, preparation has been kind of the elixir to anxiousness or nervousness. So Super Bowl Sunday, it felt different. We were there earlier. I walked down on the field by myself for about 15 minutes, 4.5 hours before the game started, maybe 4 hours, 4.5. And after that 15 minutes, I walked back in the booth and it felt like another normal day. It was a full day. I soaked it all in, but it felt completely normal. Yeah.
So your closing comments at the Olympics, like I was reading where you said you came up with it like a minute beforehand. So is that still off the top? Like there's no teleprompter, there's no script, you're not writing it out. Do you do anything that's scripted, or is everything kind of pretty much off the top?
Well, there is some stuff. Like if you have a great lead, I started out thinking I'd be a sports writer, and I got in college and thought the challenge of talking about it as it happened was more my style than the challenge of watching it and then going to interview people and coming back and putting a story together. Mm-hmm. So I lent myself towards the electronic media as opposed to the print media. But I'll write something. We'll write some of the lead-ins and intros to the Olympics. There's writers who will do some of that, and I'll edit, add, change a word, change a phrase, change a tense or something like that, just so it's in my voice and I feel really good about delivering it. But there's also times like in that same show, we'll be like, hey, can you ad-lib a 12-second bridge from cross-country skiing to figure skating, to tease figure skating later, right? And that's fine. That's all good. But when we do our on cameras at the start of a game, I don't have notes up there or I don't have a teleprompter. The hockey, we may have had something, 1 or 2 leads to features in the prompter for the pregame show, but the rest of it was just ad lib, talking to Wayne Gretzky, talking to Mike Eruzione between periods with the analyst, whether it's Brian Boucher or Eddie Olczyk. That's all. There's no teleprompter up there. That prompter stayed blank the whole time. And then after the game, you're watching the game. You don't know who's going to win, right? The U.S. scores, they win. You're just kind of soaking up the scene there. And Kenny Albert and Eddie Olczyk are taking it until the medals are handed out and they do the anthem. And then I was going to pick up after the anthem, and we did. And you're just watching the whole thing play out, and you see Johnny Gaudreau's family there, and Dylan Larkin was one of the 2 players go over to get the kids. I had no idea that was going to happen. I have gone back and watched that, and that was the closest I've ever come to getting choked up on the air and starting to tear up. Like I could hear my voice catch, and I'm like, come on, fight through this, dude. You don't need to go there. It's emotional enough. Don't become part of the story, right? But then they came to us, and our producer, Matt Casey, was producing our Olympic shows. Like, you got about a minute or so to wrap up, just tease the next thing, and then promise Rebecca Lowe's coming up after the break. And like and the only thing that was in my mind was I wanted to make sure that I tied it to the 1980 team and the 1960 team that nobody really talks about much, who won gold. So I wanted to do that. And that was the only thing in my mind. And as we're kind of just doing the last bits of the players on the ice and just kind of kind of struck me with the Goudreau kids, like, man, like those kids, I even say it on the air, those kids will look at that picture for years and they'll never understand the magnitude until then of what was going on. And the brotherhood of those guys, which I got lucky because I live in Ann Arbor, Michigan, which is the original home. Now it's just moved a few towns over to the U.S. Hockey National Team Development Program. And a lot of those guys played together. A lot of those guys left their homes all across the country and came and did their high school years in Ann Arbor. Some at a rival high school from the one where my kids went to school. And I know some of the billet families that hosted those kids for a year or 2 years, right? So I had a feel for that a little bit. And like all those things as they happened, I'm like, oh, this kind of makes sense. And I just started talking and just kind of got there. And it was kind of, for me, a bit out of character to kind of be in an editorial preachy mode, if you will, of like, this is real, this is a dream, and this is what the Olympics are about. But maybe I was just overtired because I only had 3 hours sleep. I'm like, screw it, just go there and go for it. And as I say, the thing I appreciate the most about the feedback was that I had an open microphone for a minute of network TV time, which you never get, after one of the great moments in American hockey history. And hopefully we did justice to the moment. And if that's what our job is, then we left that one feeling like, okay, we punched the clock in the right way for that day, and we'll move on to the next day.
But when you're done, are you like, I just nailed that? Like, you knew it, right? Yeah. And who were the first people to reach out to you to be like, Mike, that was unbelievable? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no, I was just like, because then we have to leave there, get out of there, get back to the studio and do the rest of the late afternoon show and get ready for the primetime show that night. So the people who were with us said, hey, that was really good. They were like, hey, thanks, I appreciate it. That's great. And then I went down to take a picture with Kenny, Edzo, and Bush because I love all of them. I got to work hockey a little bit for a couple of years at NBC. I love those dudes. We don't see each other nearly as much as we used to. Kenny and I are rarely in the same place because we do similar jobs. So
they've all been on with us, man. Unbelievable people.
They're the best. They're all the best. I just wanted a picture with those guys, right? Just to kind of commemorate the day. I love having pictures to look back years later and share those, and the memories come flooding back. But then we're walking out to our cars. Like, we got to go the half hour back to the broadcast center to get ready for our final night of the Olympics in the primetime show. And our executive producer, who is as good as anybody I've ever worked with, Molly Solomon, she's like, and Molly's such a champion of people. It's like, hey, buddy, that was awesome. Listen, we got to redo the closing thing that we have for the show because we have this essay on the whole Olympics, right? We put the whole Olympics like to 3.5 minutes of words and pictures, really 4.5 minutes. I went over this year, and it's like, hey, buddy, we gotta figure out how we're gonna change the essay at the end. I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm on my phone rewriting a couple of lines to that essay that we'd worked on for the last couple of days. Like, okay, hey, does this work? I'll voice it over when we get back to the studio. I'm just right back in work mode. And then at some point you look at your phone and the message number looks like it's an odometer, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, people must have seen this. And I had no idea that it would get picked up and be viral and all that stuff. So as I told our kids who are in their 20s now, I said, it's okay that Dad's trending and I didn't screw up.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. How often does that happen?
It doesn't happen often.
I'm not going to would have been pretty good, but there's every once in a while that you're like, oh God, what did I say? What did I do? Right?
Have you ever screwed up? Have you ever been a part of any type of controversy based off of what you said on the air, or no?
Not particularly. No, I think I've kind of survived that, having at least through tonight at this point. Knock on wood. Here's what I love about our business and why I'm so hesitant to do anything but give grace to somebody who may stumble on the air or have a embarrassing type of moment. Like, we do our job with no backspace. We do our job with no edit. A lot of the people who are critical of TV, they live in a world where they have backspace. They can proofread their stuff. They send it to an editor can clean it up. It doesn't mean they're not talented at what they do. But we don't get that chance. And as you know, people have made blunders that are significant, and there, but for the grace of God, you hope that you're not one of those people. But that's how we live our professional life. it's scary because every moment is an opportunity to make a mistake that changes the course of your career. So it's part of the adrenaline rush. It's part of why we love what we do. Thankfully, I've stayed clear of that, and hopefully, this is not a bad sign that you guys are putting me in a difficult spot here to think about that next time I'm doing a game.
Oh, no, way to go, Andy.
Why do you live in Ann Arbor? What made that your home for you?
My wife is from Michigan. We moved back there in 1999 or 2000, something like that. We've been there for over a quarter century, and being in the middle of the country is cool for a million reasons. Although, you might say Nebraska, Oklahoma, Minnesota, that's more the middle of the country. But relatively speaking, it is. I love not living on either coast. You're not in that media vortex where, there's a self-importance to it. There's a little bit of America. It's a great pro market with the Wings and the Pistons and the Tigers and the Lions, and two great schools in Michigan and Michigan State who are always in the mix, basketball-wise or football-wise, and hockey, college hockey too, on a regular basis, right? And man, college towns are awesome places. I'm still on the board of my alma mater, Syracuse. I love going up there. I think college towns keep you young and smart and around really smart people. And there's a great energy of professors and students and faculty. College towns are neat. And if you have flown, the Detroit airport is great. Our airport is really good to get in and out of. You can go to China, or you can go to China, or you can go to State College, Pennsylvania, direct. So you can't beat that. So I love living there. And I'm New York, grew up a Rangers fan, grew up with the curse of the Rangers, 1940 till 1994. And was very happy to see that come to an end when it did. I saw the rival Islanders win their 4 cups in a row and just kind of rip your heart out as I was a junior high school kid, middle school for most folks. So I've lived through that, but we have, we live in a place where sports is great and meaningful. And I grew up a New York kid, and still have a lot of family there, but I consider myself a Midwesterner now from the time spent there.
What's the greatest game you've ever witnessed live?
Oh my gosh. I was there for the 28-3 Super Bowl. I mean, to see that in person is nuts. Present company for you. I was there for the Blues Bruins Game 7.
And
we were there.
We were there.
And were you in Boston for that game?
Yeah. I was working. I worked TV for the Blues, so I was there.
So you that? Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So I was there, just kind of like I was there partially hosting and sharing those duties with Catherine Tappan, and our green room, our room where we hung out between periods and stuff, was right down from the Bruins locker room. And when the Blues won, we're waiting to get out until one bench was cleared so you could go over there. And it was the Bruins who lost. So now we're waiting for the Bruins to walk back. And I'm just like kind of have the door cracked, ready to walk out after they come in. And security doesn't let you in this small hallway locker at TD Garden. To see their faces coming off of Game 7 off the ice, I'll never forget that as long as I live. That was just like your world ended. Because there was no way. I mean, first off, the Blues were going to win in 6 in St. Louis. Right. And we were all worried about, can we get back to our hotels? That Sunday night, that was, if I remember. And then now there's no way Boston's going to lose Game 7 at home. Right. Not a chance in the world. And just to see those faces as they walk back was just kind of stuck with me forever. And then you go out, you just watch the Blues for an hour, celebrate, take pictures, every combination of pictures, family coming down. And it always makes me think now, when there's a Game 7, especially if it's a cup final, or a deciding game, like the team that leaves the locker room after the second period and then wins, they're not back in that locker room for an hour and 20 minutes. Like, you have no idea that your life changes for an hour and change when you're out there. And I just remember watching all the Blues faces doing that. That was cool. But I don't want to be a prisoner of the present moment. Look, I've seen Tiger win the career Grand Slam, saw him win the Masters multiple times. Was 35 feet from the 18th green when he won the Masters in 2019, which was just one of the all-time great golf wins. I don't want to be a prisoner of the present moment and the most current thing, but it's got to be hard in my life to top that hockey game.
I was going to say.
Because it wasn't just the goal. It wasn't just overtime, which is a whole different debate on should it be 3-on-3 at that point.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that. That game was awesome. That game was so good. Like you think about all-star games and other things. Nothing really gets the best players playing at max level in any other sport. Like Seattle's great in the Super Bowl on defense. There are other better players than the Seahawks and other better players than the Patriots, right? And that happens in baseball. You're on your fourth pitcher. Like pretty much every time somebody came over the boards, if it wasn't an all-star, it was damn close to one.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And that game was just 62 and a half minutes of the damn best competition with everybody selling out. It was so good. And it's recent, so I shouldn't overweight it, but I think I might have a hard time surpassing that for sporting event, resolution, the team that you wanted to win, the style it happened, and then the way they afterwards played out. It's probably hard to top that day.
No doubt. All right, a few more things for you, and we're going to let you. I know you got a game to prepare.
Yeah.
If you're not prepared, hey, listen, anybody watching the game tonight, if he's not prepared, it's our fault. We'll take the blame.
Memorize all this, and I'm nervous as hell.
No, you don't get nervous.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Hey,
No, that's right.
So when I was working at KMOX back when I was young, Joe Buck was obviously doing Cardinal baseball, and he'd come and do shows. Jack Buck would come and do shows, but Joe always had like these aspirations of maybe doing something else and getting in, and he's still doing play-by-play, so he obviously stuck with it. But I think he did some talk show hosting type stuff, maybe some pilot stuff. Is there anything else that you could see yourself doing that you would want to do before your career is all said and done?
Well, I'm not as funny as Joe. Just ask him, he'll confirm that.
Yeah, that's true.
I love Joe. I think he's one of the most talented people, and I'm such a huge fan.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a bit of an answer to the question. I think, like, if you asked me growing up as a kid and a young TV person, I just thought Bryant Gumbel was the coolest. A great studio host.
So good, yeah.
His show, Real Sports, was so good on HBO. He was the man when it came to being a host on a morning show. The Today Show when Bryant Gumbel hosted, which is probably before you guys were old enough to remember.
I remember.
Okay, good. He was great. He was like so good. Sports, cooking segments, interviewing like the vice president or some Cold War country foe. It's so good. I've always admired and appreciated Bryant a lot. And I always wished I'd have the chance to host one of those morning shows. So last year in the spring, Craig Melvin on the Today Show was on vacation for spring break, and I got to do 4 mornings of the Today Show. And it was the coolest thing I've ever done. It was so much fun.
Really?
Sitting with Savannah and Al. And, I was painting Easter eggs with Martha Stewart in a segment about Easter. I'm like, what the heck has happened in my life? Right?
Snoop's going to get jealous.
I know, right? I haven't even mentioned Snoop yet. So it was so cool. And then Joe did a week of Good Morning America this past summer, like a couple of months after I did my stint. And I texted him like, all right, what do we think about this? Right. And we had kind of a good laugh about the difference of calling a game and how much work you have to do for that relative to the complete different skill set and other things you do with something like a morning show. So it was nice to get to put my toe in that water. I love news. I'm a news junkie, political science major. I'll have more CNN, Fox News, C-SPAN on my TV in my office during the day than I will First Take. Like I know my opinions are on sports. I don't need somebody to tell me what to think. So it's in that. No. I know that wasn't like a shot at First Take. It was
I know.
I know what I think. I don't need to hear what somebody thinks so I can form my opinion off that.
Sure.
I like to have my own independent thoughts on that stuff. But that's stuff that I love and enjoy. I think tasting it lets me know how great it is and how lucky we are to do sports. Because sports is really fun and cool, and it's usually not life or death. And you usually walk away and somebody won, somebody lost, but there's another game tomorrow.
Exactly.
Could you do the early hours?
No. I am a morning person. I could get into a rhythm of that, but
that's a different story.
4 a.m. every day.
Oh.
Like, how do you, as a lifelong sports fan, how do you watch games?
You can't.
It's brutal. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I can go to sleep in the first quarter of a football game on Sunday and Monday in the fall. No way.
Hey, what should people know about your series of interviews you just did with MJ, with Michael Jordan, NBC, sitting down? It's taken, a lot of people have reacted to it. Did you do all those in one day and you split them all up, or how'd that work?
It was one interview in a couple of parts. We took a break. We probably spent 2.5 hours talking. And the thing was, if you put the whole 2.5 hours out, it doesn't have the best bite, because when it airs in the pregame show, that's like good content in a pregame show. It's Michael Jordan talking about basketball. At least we think it is. Now, I know the appetite, people wanted more, and I would have loved to have more time, getting Michael to talk more about stuff that's going on in the NBA currently. But I understand Michael's point. Like, he doesn't need to talk about the use of Wemby, as opposed to this, and who should be first team All NBA. Those are kind of like debates that are a little too small for Michael Jordan, right? Mm-hmm. Michael doesn't talk much about basketball. We know The Last Dance was amazing, but Michael had a passion to talk about where the game is and share his perspective about it. And he had a great passion and connection for what NBA on NBC meant to his life. And so the two came together for that. And for all the people who complained about the frequency of it, or that it was just one sit down and it aired in different pieces over time, most of those same people came back with immediate opinions on what Michael said after it aired. So it says his voice still carries resonance. I hope we get to do more. I'd love to be a part of it. If it was only once, it was a pretty cool couple of days to sit there and talk basketball on camera and off with Michael. He's still one of those figures. I've been lucky enough to meet great athletes, dignitaries, celebrities, presidents. There's something about Michael Jordan being like across the table there's a wow to that. Just hanging and eating lunch with Michael Jordan's pretty
He'll
cool.
talk NASCAR with you, I'm sure.
Well, we talked a lot of NASCAR. That was before we taped that, before the case got settled. And now he's won 4 of the first, Tyler Reddick has won 4 of the first 6 races this year. So, like, I probably would get Michael to talk only about NASCAR at this point.
Look at you. You're all over it. Hey, last thing for you, because it's always been such a story in regards to Mike Tirico. So, and you were just in Milan. You're Italian? Is that true? Like, is that what your background is? Set the record straight for the people.
Yeah, I mean, look, people want you to do like public test of your family background. I know. My mom's side of the family Italian. Grew up with my mom. My mom was a single mom who raised me, and super proud of her. Love her. She's my most loyal viewer by 1,000 miles.
I bet.
So that was big part of my life, and appreciate that. And you know what? I enjoy the fact that I've been able to do what I've been able to do, and hopefully make her proud of her son's professional accomplishments for the last 40 years. And I'm just lucky that I was, as an only child, supported by a really cool mom. Before, being a single mom was something that people looked at in America with more commonality, as it is now, going back then. So she's special. She's my number one fan. I don't have many, but I know who my number one fan is, and has been for quite some time. So I just love her, really proud of her, and proud of the family that helped support her. I was first generation going to college. Nobody in my family had gone to college before, so I finished college. So the opportunity and support from them is something I proudly hold as part of my story.
Yeah, I love it, man. Job. I love it.
I love it. Good job.
Anything hockey related you want to pass along to the audience? You've done a lot of hockey. We miss you doing hockey now, Mike.
Yeah,
I mean, you have a great memory or anything from hockey?
I can give you 60 seconds on. We're at the Preakness in Baltimore. And I'm sorry, it was Derby. It continued the Preakness. It was the Derby first. And we're with our executive producer, Sam Flood, and Eddie Olchek, who's our football handicapper. Listen to me. Horse racing handicapper, in addition to being our hockey analyst. And we were talking, and Sam said, you do football, you do basketball. Do you think you can do hockey? Because we're watching the game, and I'm asking Ed, so, like, why does he go to the second power play first? In this series, there's so much better. First power play can't do a damn thing. Second power play's been great. Change it up. Like, why? So it's like, well, Mikey, you can't do that, because if you do that, then you may lose the guy and all this stuff. So fun. So Sam says, do you think you can do hockey? And what am I going to tell my boss for a couple of years? No, I can't. Yeah, I probably can. Conversation leaves there. 4 months later, Sam's like, hey, hockey schedule's going to come out after football. I've got you doing a couple of games with Edzo. See if you like it. I'm like, what? So I then panic and like spend the next 3 months like watching every hockey broadcast I can to try to figure out if I can actually call hockey. I think it's the hardest thing that's done in play-by-play sports.
Really?
Calling a horse race and calling a hockey game. Every other game, they stop the game for you and tell you who's coming in, right? Like, oh, here comes this guy and this guy. In hockey, you're looking this way, and all of a sudden the defensive pair has changed. Or in the second period, the long change period, only the guy closest to the bench could change. The far guy couldn't get there, and then you got a mismatched pair. So the first game I do with Enzo is the Wings and the Hawks in Detroit. And on the second shift, somebody took a stick to the face. So the lines are now all discombobulated for the rest of the game. I'm like, oh my God, come on, man. And then like 2 minutes later, defenseman goes to block a shot. He takes a puck off his ankle. He's out for the rest of the game. So now they're down to 5 defensemen, so they're mixing and matching. And this is terrible, my God. But I had the greatest time. I loved it. Ken Daniels, who's the voice of the Red Wings on TV, with Mickey Redmond.
Love Kenny. He listens to us every week, man. Kenny Daniels.
Oh, man.
Give him a shout out.
I'm so glad I give him a shot. I love that. I will. This is the last thing I'll tell you real quick. I haven't seen a game from up in the gondola, and I want to see what the game looks like to call it. So I'm sitting in the press box by myself in Detroit, just watching a game, just so I can kind of see it with my own eyes as opposed to off of TV. And I see Kenny and Mick, and I've lived in Detroit for a long time, so I've crisscrossed paths with them. Like, what are you doing here? And I tell Kenny. So Kenny said, come to the booth between periods with me and Mick. I'm like, what? Like, just come to the booth. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to sit on the spare headset and watch the game from there. It's great. So I'm going to sit over in the corner, and Kenny goes, no, come here. I stood right between Kenny and Mick for 2 periods and watched them call a game from up there. I'm like, Ken Daniels is the coolest guy. And you see why they're so great. They're like a glove, a glove that fits your hand perfect. And they're just so together. And man, I love those guys. And damn, the Red Wings better make the playoffs this year.
I agree.
Well, they probably will.
Say.
Yeah.
Well, out of the playoff spot as of this recording. We've had some tough marches here in Detroit, and we might be in the middle of another one. But
I know
we got to get our guys healthy, and we get a bunch of injuries. Got to get our guys back, and
they're due.
They're due. We're rooting for them.
The eyes are planned. Like it's. I thought this would be the year for sure.
Let's go.
So we'll see. They got some good young players in addition to the guys that have been there for a long time.
It's not too far away. See, Kaner set the record this year for the most points for an American-born player, and just to watch Kaner and DeBrincat work together and all that stuff, and the goaltending's better. They did everything right. Active at the trade deadline, and then 2 key guys get hurt, and get the captain Larkin back, and we'll be all right. You don't root, but for the USA Hockey, I got emotionally involved in that. And as we're watching the games, when we're off there hosting in the studio during the Olympics, Larkin scored the first goal, I think, in the quarterfinal game. I think it was the quarterfinal game. Larkin scored the first goal. I forget. And so we're sitting in the studio. I'm like, that's my captain. That's our Red Wings. That's my captain, boys. Let's go. Right?
They've had a rough couple of weeks here, the last couple of weeks,
Yeah,
so
I know.
Hopefully they can.
Trust me, I know. I'm
Tell
doing
more,
NBA
Andy.
game. The alert shows up on my phone. Like, what do you mean down 2-0? Come on, Gibson, let's go. So
hopefully they can pick it up. Hey, listen, you work so hard. I hope you get to enjoy life too, man, and do some stuff that you enjoy doing and all that stuff, man. But we love watching you and everything you're doing.
Man.
So much versatility. So all the best, man. We really appreciate you doing
coming
this,
on,
Mike.
Very cool to be with you guys. Thank you. It's a lot of fun. I can see why you guys are so popular, because it's just fun. Now, do you ever drink the stuff that's sitting in front of you?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we got a little first class energy drink right now. I'll send you a package if you need to. I'll send you some. This will get you through. This will help.
You'll be up for 2 days.
This will get you through from the Super Bowl to the Olympics. This is all you need from First Form, Mike.
There you go.
You'll do more work now.
Yeah, exactly.
Mike,
Pleasure,
we'll
guys.
see you, buddy.
Okay, all the best,
buddy. Right
Take
on.
care.
Appreciate you.
That was Mike Tirico, baby.
Dang. Big dog.
Very successful.
Yeah.
Syracuse University, lives in Ann Arbor.
Making a lot of money.
His ability to just put a bow on those Olympic Games, and the fact that he just came up with it moments before, that was broadcasting at its highest level.
Highest peak. No, he's the best. He's the best in the game.
Highest level
I think
of
everybody knows
broadcasting.
that. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how you remember. Like, his memory must be unbelievable. Think about that. Just your memory in itself to be
able to speak like that.
Well, just to know all the players in every situation.
Yeah.
Love to have that. Memory like an elephant.
Who else would you put in that category over the years? Costas?
Yeah. Of course.
Like, who could just transition from one sport to the next flawlessly?
Who else? Yeah, there's a lot of guys, man. There's some big dogs back in the day, but right now he's the one. I don't know how he has time for everything.
Howard Cosell.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember what he said off the top when John Lennon was shot?
In 1980?
I think it was during Monday Night Football.
Oh, yeah, he had break. Oh, yeah.
John Lennon pronounced dead on the scene.
Yeah, dude. That was a big deal.
I'm like, damn.
Although John Lennon, like, and Yoko Ono, oh gosh, those two. It's like, you look back on that and you're like, fuck, is he a weirdo? How would you even be attracted to that woman? Oh God.
Don't judge.
Disgusting. What?
Don't judge.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah, that was a weird. That whole thing was weird. Shot in the back. Boom. Done. I like how you're so prepared.
I'm just looking at like different sportscasters. There's a lot of great ones, dude.
Yeah, there is. He's number one right now. Though.
Right now, I think he is too.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us, Mike. We appreciate it.
Busy schedule he's got.
Strick podcast. He's doing a Heat game tonight.
Yeah.
Could you do a basketball game?
Oh my God, it'd be hilarious. No,
I could.
I can't watch. Basketball's tough to watch.
The way, as much scouting as I've done over the weekend watching the college basketball, I could.
So, Andy's so funny. I was going to chirp you on Twitter, but I don't know if you're going to get sensitive about stuff. But Andy's like, I just want to congratulate the Billikens for the like really good year that they had all year long. Like all these guys are the exact same with their Twitter. It's so funny. They tweet out the same thing. And I was going to be like, you didn't watch one fucking second of that fucking team. But he tweets out, like, it's just virtue signaling at its finest. It's unbelievable.
Well, I've been a little hard on them over the years.
It's unbelievable.
I joined.
I just want to give him a shout out.
So there's a guy here in town who, like, loves the Billikens more than anybody. And I do a show with him once a week. And
Frankie Cusimano.
So I feel like
my boy.
I feel like I'm always like being negative about SLU, and I just wanted to give him a shout out, man. The way they
You didn't watch one.
I watched the NCAA. The NCAA.
You didn't watch
the NCAA tournament games.
You didn't watch.
I was
one
out
second.
of the country.
You
and
are
I still
virtue signaling like a son of a bitch.
I was out of the country, and I still.
And
watched
I have to call you out on it. I cannot help myself. These guys are all the same. It's the funniest fucking thing.
How
I
dare
want to
you?
give a shout out to the Billikens. Not 1 second he watched. Nor does he give a fuck about the Billikens.
Hundreds of thousands of impressions on that tweet.
Oh man, that's how he gets his high. That's how you get your high. That's your high. Is like things like that. That's why you do that, because you're like, people like that. They like what I tweeted. Meanwhile, you don't care about the Billikens.
Thousands of impressions, tens of thousands of impressions.
Awesome. So funny.
What do you think of Chief?
What about him? Great guy.
Brad Tree Living, he's out too.
Then find somebody else. Then put another coach in there. Okay, he's got to be younger, kind of like Sheldon Keefe, but a little bit more this way and then that way, and then maybe like that mix in this and then that and that, and then we have a perfect coach.
I will say this. Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Get a little bit of this and that.
It's like
and this
Mr. Potato Head, like putting it. Like, what the fuck do you want? Like, I don't get it.
They wanted Chief because they were missing Chief.
Yeah.
Now they have Chief.
They didn't want. Now they want to go back to a young guy. What the fuck? It's unbelievable. Like it's not that.
Easton Cowan, that young kid though, he comes out and says that the team like they were fragile or whatever he said. They gave up the first goal and they just collapsed or something. Or
this is the best thing for them is to be bad right now. They don't have to get rid of that pick.
Chiefs like it's just they're like asking him about it. He said they're like Easton Cowan said after they scored the first goal that the team, I forgot what the word he used. Deflated. Oh, they were deflated. That's what it was. That the team got deflated. And she's like, what? Like, first of all, this young kid to even come out and say that. It's like a rookie.
Yeah.
Who they elevated to be like the next, Joe Sakic or something.
And
right?
then they had him up and they sent him down.
And Chief's like, that's just an excuse, in my opinion. He always says that, in my opinion. I think that's just an excuse.
He just...
Like
we've
what?
all misspoke like that.
I'm sorry,
like,
you're deflated?
After one goal? Ooh, geez. Like, you got work to do, homie.
And
deflated is when you lose
he's
in
calling
overtime.
out his team left and right. He's like, we don't have enough guys that can push. He's basically saying we don't have enough good players.
But it's still like, it's good that you're losing. Like you're going to keep that pick.
Well, they're not
right?
looking at unless they pick in the top 5.
Top 5 protected. Ooh, they ain't getting that.
I mean, they would have to significantly jump up in the lottery.
Or they get lucky. Yeah, they get lucky.
And the league will probably just give it to them.
I know. Can you imagine that?
If Toronto gets a top 5 pick, this will be very suspicious.
Where are they at?
They're like
dude?
outside of the top 10 right now, I think.
They've been losing a lot of games.
Yeah, they lose every game, but they're still like 500.
Yeah.
They have over 70 points,
Yeah.
more points than St. Louis has.
Yeah, 71. Yeah, they're 5. Yeah.
So if you look at
They're bottom of the. They're pretty. Let's see. League total.
no,
Yeah, they're. Yeah, no. The Blues are behind. Yep. I just feel like they lose.
they have like the 8th worst record in the league. I guess they could jump up pretty high
They could.
and get into the top 5.
Yeah.
They'll
I can't wait for this.
They'll just end up being 5th. Hey, the
I know,
lottery.
that's what I'm saying,
The
like-
lottery is the most interesting it's been in years
This is
now.
so interesting. Look at how tight that is, though, dude. They're all right
I'd
there.
like to be the representative for the Blues to go to the lottery when they have the studio show. And representing the St. Louis Blues is Andy
Of course
Strick.
you would.
Oh, shit. You know how they always have different people there?
Yeah, who they have on last time?
I mean, they'll have
John Hamm
Army
something?
or Steiner.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, I'm sure we'll be there.
Steiner needs to do it.
Hell yeah. The Steen
What
show
if they get
starts
number
soon.
1? What if the Blues get number 1?
Then celebrate that. Market the shit out of it, and everything's all good.
Market the living
Even if you get
shit out
second
of him.
overall.
Market this kid. Put him everywhere. Who cares? Now, I will say this, though. Like, I do feel like you market it. Kids still got to, like, know they got to earn even sitting next to Robert Thomas.
Earned.
I know. Earned. Prong, we love you, dude. I'll be reading that fucking book. But I feel like you got to
That's virtue signaling right there.
Excuse me, what?
That's virtue signaling.
That I was going to read the book?
Yeah.
You're right.
Because you're not reading the book.
You're right.
Although he did go in
Although
and
it is
record.
interesting, I might.
He recorded like the book on tape, so you can listen to it.
I'll listen to it.
And Pronger reads it, the whole thing.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh, I am 100% going to fucking listen to this thing.
We should play a
Because
portion
you're right.
of it.
I don't want to, because I chirp you for virtue signaling. I probably won't.
That was virtue
There's
signaling.
a couple other books I got to jump on
I
get on
Because
that.
I'll probably read that.
Oh, yeah. Andy's a big, name me 3 books besides Earned.
To Kill a Mockingbird. Chemistry Podcast is presented by Stiefel.
Stiefel, let's go.
Here in the Window World Studios, baby.
Right here, baby. Yoink.
Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Order and order today. Use our link. You got to use our link. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Get what you want. They got a brand new flavor of energy drinks, by the way. I think it's called Tropical Punch, maybe, or something.
They come out with new stuff all the time, man. If you want to be healthy, find a way to.
Yeah.
I talked to Nick the other day, actually. Nick
Good.
Clements.
Good.
I said, just keep reading.
Keep reading,
Keep
baby.
reading. We want guys like, he's such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
I go, what are you doing today? He goes, it's Christy's first day back and
so he was watching the kid.
watch it, and she was so sad because she's with the kid. You know, you have a fucking child like
I
that.
know,
and,
it's tough.
and he brought her flowers, sent a cute little picture of him and the little girl hanging out. Oh, like
He knows. He gets it.
he might be a perfect human being.
Yeah, he is.
Breed, Nicky boy.
He gets it.
You and Christy.
No,
God dang.
No, he gets it. There's no doubt about it. Okay, so anyway, firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Use our link and use it today. Sparks Hockey, baby. Use our promo code Cam and Strick. It'll save you more money than Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Don't let Seth ruin your weekend, ruin your tournament. Don't let him sharpen your skates.
No.
With Sparks Hockey, you can pick the hollow that best suits your game. Mine's 5/8. Cam's is 3/8.
You playing? Is Chaser invite you?
He did, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Sparks Hockey, baby. Use our link and use it today. Again, Cam and Strick. Use that promo code to save money. Blue Note Roofing, David Novak, 314-920-5713. David Novak, Blue Note Roofing, 314-920-5713.
713.
Give him a call. Give him a call today.
Big hockey guy.
Easy Tiger, baby.
Mind right. Get it. Your mind right.
EasyTigerAZ.com. Check out their website. Get the apparel and get their incredible products. High quality, high efficiency, high potency, smooth taste. All different types of products for medical issues, sleeping issues. Talk to a professional today to see what's best for you and what would suit your needs with Easy Tiger, baby. Welcome aboard, Easy Tiger. Spas and more. We put the in spa. Get a new spa today? Check out one of their incredible spas that come with Bluetooth speakers, different colors.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, more jets than you can even think
Whatever
of.
body part you want to get jetted out, it'll get you.
It'll get you.
It'll get you.
There's no doubt about it.
It will. Selling like hotcakes.
They've got the saunas, they've got the cold tubs, the cold plunges, whatever it is you're looking for. Call Angie Hess and call her today. Check her out online, spasandmore.com. 2 locations here in the state of Missouri. Spas and more. We put the in spa. All right, Mike Tirico, we thank you for joining us on this edition of the Cam and Strick podcast. Great conversation with Mike. Lots more to come as we get closer and closer to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah,
we go year-round here on the Cam and Strick podcast.
Love you guys.
Yerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul dragging cougars, no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go. My check, 4 check here.